Hi there, I'm here on the magnificent stage at the MODUS Super Series, ready for another night of darting delights. Group C got underway this afternoon, and now Group B is about to start, and here is who is in action. Ryan the Lion Palmer is looking to be the pride of the pack. Brother Ricky was in action this afternoon, but now he returns to the Super Series in the hunt for a finals night place. Tommy Lishman is also back in action tonight. A real entertainer last time he was here. Look out for Lishman's unorthodox outshots and maverick mannerisms. Look out too for Mike Gillett. The Welshman knows the Super Series stage all too well. A local favourite, having made Hampshire his home, Gillett enjoyed this rather emotional moment when he became a weekly winner back in Series 3. Haruki Muramatsu has had a decent debut week so far. The Japanese ace finished second in Group A thanks to some fine finishing. That was a place above the always entertaining Kevin Painter. What kind of impression can the artist make in Group B tonight? Yeah, Kevin Painter, always entertaining and always insightful. Laura Turner alongside me. Laura, welcome back. Happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait for tonight.
It's going to be a fun night, isn't it? Before we get into tonight, let's have a recap of the story of the week so far with the breakdown of what's happened so far in Week 7. Andreas Harrison won Group A, Laura, a very good winner.
Yeah, very commanding performance throughout. You know, it's going to be very exciting to watch when it comes to finals night, but it is going to be interesting to see who actually joins him.
Yeah, it really is, because that Group C this afternoon was very, very close. So we'll see that in a moment. But Ricky Palmer, Shane Makuru Suzuki, who obviously you know well, she only won 2 matches in Group A. But if we look at the Group C table, she had a very, very good day. You can see there, she is joint top.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was, I think, solo top for a while as well, winning those first 3 opening matches. So as you can see from that table, though, there is very, very little splitting any of them. And I can see tonight going a very similar way.
Yeah, it's going to be a thrilling finale as all the players fight it out to join Andreas Harrison at finals night on Saturday. Laura thinks Group B is going to be close. Let's see what the bookies think in this group. Haruki Muramatsu, you can maybe understand him being the favourite after finishing second in Group A.
Yeah, and he was unlucky actually not to qualify. Only missed out by one win, 1 game really. So yeah, I can understand that because we've seen how he's performing this week. You know, you've got Mike coming in who we haven't seen perform, but yeah, it is a tight group.
Yeah, Kevin Painter, ultimate experienced ace here. He knows how to win darts matches. He knows how to get through to finals night. He's been there before. Price at 4-1, maybe a bit of value?
Yeah, I think so. I think a bit of value there. But I'd say all of these players, depending on what version of them turns up, I can see any result actually happening. So even if you look down at Ryan Palmer at 7-1, you know, there is no reason why Ryan also couldn't top that group.
Absolutely. We're talking of value. Our bet builder this afternoon came in, a nice 15-1 number, a little bit shorter tonight. We'll talk you through this, Laura. Tommy Lishman minus 1.5 on the handicap against Gillett. Muramatsu just needs to hit 180 in his match against Mike Gillett, and Kevin Painter and Muramatsu expected to be a lengthy affair.
Yeah, I can understand where they've all come from, but I think maybe the top one, we're not quite sure, but it starts at the end of the day. We're never quite sure. So yeah, I think it's a reasonable bet builder.
Yeah, we've given you 1 today, so if 2 don't come in, don't blame us, don't write it. We'll call you, okay? If you do have a bet, please gamble responsibly as always. It's 18+, begambleaware.org for more information on safer gambling. Just quickly, you think it's going to be tight, but 3 players do go through in this group, so statistically, you've got more chance of going through than going out. Just give us 1 name that you think that will definitely make it through from this group.
I've been really impressed with how Muramatsu's been playing. I think if he can continue that, then I think he's one of the 3 that goes through. But as I say, we've seen him hit highs, we've seen him hit lows, as we have with all the players that are playing tonight. So I think if you're going to call me out for just 1, which is very kind of you, I think Muramatsu.
I'll add to it as the evening goes on. Okay, Muramatsu will be in action later this evening, but first up, it's going to be Kevin Painter. He's taking on Ryan Palmer, whose brother actually played this afternoon, and Henry caught up with Ryan the Lion a little earlier.
Ryan, here we go again. Another tilt at the Super Series. How much looking forward to this?
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. Obviously, I've travelled down today with my brother. We played this afternoon. So I just chilled out today, just going to try my best again.
I was going to say, it must be interesting this time round, a bit of sibling rivalry involved.
Yeah, I'm not focusing too much on Saturday afternoon yet, trying to get the job of Thursday and Friday out of the way first. But that'll be a stormer Saturday, I think.
We've seen you here a couple of times at the Super Series before. Is this time now about taking maybe that little bit of a next step here?
Yeah, definitely. I obviously qualified for Saturday last time. Came in very tense on the Saturday. It was new, it was different. I just got to try and take my chance. If I take my chances, my scoring's fine. It's the finishing. If I take that, I'm in with a chance this weekend.
And in terms of, obviously, the ADC qualification, you've been playing a lot of those events, whether it be the Vault or other things. How much has that given you a platform this year to play?
Yeah, obviously I'm the Southwest title holder, and as you said, I've got to play Ricky Saturday for that title, which obviously brought me down here this weekend. The amount of qualifiers that ADCs are offering for this, it's brilliant. So it's great really for the local game.
Well, Ryan, wish you all the very best. Good luck.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
So we've heard from Ryan Palmer, but now it's time to try and let his darts do the talking. He takes on the artist Kevin Painter in the opening match of 10 from 10 tonight. And talking you through it, Laura Turner is alongside Henry Deacon.
Thank you very much, Chris. Very good afternoon, everybody. Welcome along to the Super Series for what should be an interesting session of Darts Group B getting underway, the final group of the week to do so. And we kick things off with Ryan the Lion Palmer, the Bristolian, looking to pick up the ADC belt on Saturday, up against Kevin Painter, the artist, former Players Champion. We've already seen glimpses of him this week. It was a good day yesterday to qualify through to this particular position. As for Palmer, the 36-year-old from Bristol, former tour card holder in the middle of the last decade, up against a man who needs absolutely no introduction. The 56-year-old from Rugby, known as the artist, former major champion. Talking about people with no need for introductions, Paul Hinks is your referee, and Laura Turner is alongside me here in the booth this evening. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Henry. How are you?
I am not too bad. Even better to be in your company.
Oh, very nice of you to say. Thank you, and yours. But yeah, very much looking to see how this Group B pans out over the next, tonight,
100.
tomorrow night. And as I was saying earlier, I just find it as another group. I think it's going to be a bit of a similar thing of what happened this afternoon. I think by the end of tonight, it's going to be tight.
180.
That's the first bellow from our referee, Paul Hinks. We hope it's not the last. Iconic 180 call. You'll find out a little bit more
59.
about that in the coming days. We did a little bit of a interview with Paul Hinks earlier on this evening.
77.
Very insightful stuff. We'll delve more into that when the time comes. But Palmer leaves himself first to a finish with the darts in this opening leg, leaving
44.
110 after 9 with
Car,
Painter
110.
just about delving out the 300s.
Yeah, was looking for treble 17, would have left him the tops.
40.
Got a bit of time on his side here, Ryan Palmer. Really has flown out of the traps. And it's sometimes that point, isn't it, in Group B, and the same with Group C. We're not even quite sure
60.
how players are going to turn up. We've seen some of them throughout the week, but Ryan's coming in here fresh.
Coming in with a
Game
point
shot
to
on the
prove
first
and
leg,
notching
Ryan
double
Palmer.
16 to take the opening leg to lead the artist by a leg to nil. Made it through to finals night
Second
on his
leg, Kevin
previous
to throw
appearance
first.
here, Ryan
Game
Palmer, but
on.
he's looking now to move that next step further. Told me in that interview that the next step for him is to pick up a weekly title. And that's the next step for this man here, Kevin Painter. Lost out in a final to Matt Clark in the second week of 2023. That's been as good as it's got for him in this particular competition.
137.
But is this leg getting better and better?
140.
We saw a very commanding opening leg from Ryan Palmer. Kev looking
100.
to get 1 point of his own back on the board.
$90.
Painter himself leaving a makeable finish after 9, 91 upon his return to
100.
throw. It's
Car
been a game
91.
dominated by the player with the darts thus far. He'll feel like he should have 6 from here. He may only need the 2. Now hopes that Palmer cannot take out the 164.
59.
Understandably,
Ryan
just
Car
chastising
164.
himself slightly there with that miss.
$84. Kevin Car 32.
So Painter back for 32 to level this game up. Now double 8, but he doesn't like the lie of that first up because it stands up to attention. He's got less of that bed to aim
shot on the
at, but he
second leg.
manages
Kevin
to find a
Painter.
way of sneaking it into the top corner there to level this game up at 1 apiece.
Third leg Ryan to throw first. Game on. $60.
That could be a bit of an invitation there for Kevin Painter. Has to accept it though.
45.
What we do have this evening is something which is very unique in the fact that
16.
we have more left-handed players here this evening than right-handed players. 3 of the 5 being lefties, whilst Kevin and Haruki are keeping up the trait for those right-hand laterated.
100.
We can pretty much find a narrative in anything, can't we?
There is a story everywhere you look, you just have to look hard enough. Such as
32.
Ryan Palmer's using stems from 2 different manufacturers.
$60.
And after 2 blistering opening legs from these 2, just got a bit stale here in the third.
95. $140.
Yeah, that visit there from Kevin Painter. Just putting the pressure on the Ryan Palmer throw at the moment.
42. Kevin Car 156.
So Painter has got 6 darts here from 156 to break the throw. Another one of them would have given him a go at double 18, and a snarl on his
100.
face tells you that he fancied that with every single fibre of his being.
And you've got to say with Kevin, you kind of know how he's feeling at any
60.
given time, especially
Kevin
when he misses
56.
something.
Yeah, it's fair to say that you won't be playing with a poker face. He will tell you exactly how he's feeling just as there.
36.
But he is going to come back. That's the luxury that the artist has got.
50. Kevin Car 20.
Another chance here for a break. Yeah, that's awkward. Has to move across. Yeah, and again, he's just blocking the double 10. Can he find a way through? He can.
Game shot on the third leg. Kevin Painter.
As you can see there, Paul Hinks was just having a little bit of a look across. Now, from a referee's
Fourth leg Kevin to
perspective,
throw
double 10
first.
is
Game on.
the hardest double on the board, because if it's close to the wire, it's very difficult to actually look. And the referee can't peer over in the middle of the throw because A, you might get a dart in the back of the head, which is not ideal.
100.
And B, it would put the player off. But Painter accruing the break of throw to lead 2-1.
58.
You had any weird incidents where referees had a double checker double or something along them lines?
Yeah, I think so. It's just it's quite natural, as you say. Quite often your darts block, and you know
45.
the referees don't like to move because it is off-putting for players. But I think normally it's when they think it's definitely in, go to move or call game shot, and you have to go,
43.
nope, sorry, and you actually have to pull the game back. Actually, there was one instance when the caller's mobile phone went off in his pocket as I was going for a double in a staged final.
100.
Now you come to mention it. I won't mention who it is, but if he's watching, he'll know.
96.
Yeah, the iconic voice of Paul Hinks in charge of the action tonight.
He doesn't like that. Again, it's blocking. Good switch there. Good use
134.
of the treble 18.
Himself on 1-2-2 to open up a 3-1
60.
lead. And
Kevin
he's going to have the
O'Carr,
luxury of time.
122.
Doesn't have to chase the bullseye because Palmer hasn't really had much of a look in this leg. And so Painter doesn't have to chase the treble 18 here if he didn't want to, but decided to stay there anyway. Now,
54.
he had options there. With 86 left, he could have gone bullseye or he could have gone treble 18, which would have left him double 16.
46. Kevin O'Carr, 68.
We're looking for treble 20. So 16 leaves him double 16.
36.
And although Kevin Painter hasn't quite played to the level that he would have liked or he would have expected, he's been given opportunities, but the opportunities may be coming thicker and far between as Palmer nails his second max of the match. And now pressure on this 32. But once again, it goes inside and it's awkward. Open bed doesn't yield new results.
Daniel O'Carr, 18.
No, and that 180 has just left Ryan with a chance to break back. Needs the 1 for double 4.
14. Kevin O'Carr, 4.
Yeah, and a big opportunity there for Ryan Palmer. Painter here with a chance to go 3-1 ahead.
Game
And this
shot on the
time he makes
fourth
sure
leg. Kevin Painter.
3-1 to Kevin Painter.
Despite those 11 missed darts at double that the artist has accrued in this game,
Fifth leg Ryan to
he
throw
finds
first.
himself a leg
Game
away
on.
from victory. Work to do for Ryan Palmer here. The Lion is going to have to play
96.
his heart out from here. And in the jungle, the
60.
tungsten jungle, the Lion has found himself sleeping in this first game.
Going to be a long night, isn't it?
140.
It's been a while since I've sat here, Laura.
I know. I'm prepared, don't worry.
140.
The tranquilizer needle is just across the corridor.
133.
But this is a good riposte here from Palmer, leaving 1-3-2 after 9 with the darts, forcing Painter into a couple of trebles. He's not going to leave a finish now, and so
80.
Palmer 6
Daniel
darts to
O'Carr,
bring it back to
132.
3-2 and to force Painter to serve it out.
So needs the ball.
100.
But good ball management there from Ryan Palmer. Leaves himself on double.
$60. Daniel O'Carr, 32.
So double 16 for 3-2.
Game shot on the fifth
Used that
leg.
first
Ryan
dart
Palmer.
as a beautiful guide and then kissed it off the barrel and in. And Painter now has the opportunity to serve it out.
Sixth leg Kevin to throw first. Game on.
And obviously in groups like this, as I say, we never know how they're going to
45.
play out. We never know quite what version of each player is. But as I say, I do think it's going to be tight. And it could be that, just leg difference, anything can actually help these top players go through to finals night.
136.
And especially in Group B, even though more players can go through or not, the margins are so much tighter because of the fact that there's less games. And because more players
95.
go through, it just leaves you tantalised right until the very last dart.
60.
But we like a bit of Super Series salivation, don't we?
Absolutely.
140.
Got my abacus ready for tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow afternoon could be a little bit dramatic. But Palmer here
174.
is turning the tables in this match and is threatening the Painter throw.
That was an almost perfect response
135.
there from
Daniel
Kevin
O'Carr,
Painter.
131.
Can save the match of
37.
1-3-1. Can
Kevin O'Carr,
Painter win it with an
86.
86? And for the artist to get his campaign off to the perfect start. It was a good day yesterday to set him up with a campaign in Group B. He's looking to pick up where he left off yesterday. And the bullseye would
47.
have given him the perfect
Brand new
start.
car 94.
So this for a level match. He's double 6.
82. Kevin new car 39.
Match saving chance come and gone. Match winning chance incoming. 2 in hand in double 16. Always likes to step back and make sure he is ready to land and sink that double. And the
Game
double
shot
8
on the
is
match.
sank to
Kevin
win the
Painter.
match. And Painter is off to a perfect start, getting the better of Ryan Palmer by 4 legs to 2. The Lion, well, he'll need to up the levels a little bit, although he did improve in the latter parts of the game. Kevin Painter, despite 13 missed darts at double in the piece, just had a little bit too much scoring power in the early to middle portion of that match. Painter on the board then, 4-2 victory for him. Coming up after the break, Mike Gillett in action against Haruki Muamatsu.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Haruki Muramatsu and Mike Gillett are about to play their first matches in Group B. Gillett, of course, a former winner here at the MODUS Super Series, looking to start his campaign to do it again. Haruki Muramatsu had a great campaign in Group A. He finished second, and our top two in the commentary box will talk you through it. Laura Turner and Henry Deacon.
I was going to say, Laura's definitely in the top two. I don't know who else is in that top two in the commentary box this evening, but hey-ho, into game two we go. Mike Gillett, the 39-year-old, as you can see there, former weekly winner. He did that in Series 3, beating Cam Crabtree in the final. Up against him, Haruki Muramatsu, who we've seen all week here. Played in 9 World Championships in his career and has played against some of the very best on that Alexandra Palace stage. As for Mike, it's going to be a first appearance at a World Championship for him in December. He's going to be playing at the Lakeside in the WDF tournament. And one of the nicest people off the hockey, one of the nicest people in life you can ever wish to meet, Mike Gillett. And talking about some of the nicest people you could ever wish to meet, Paul Hinks goes game on.
I thought you were going to say me then.
I don't see you, Laura.
No, that's it. You can't. There's no going back on it now. I've been admitted from the nicest people in your life.
60.
So my friends list goes down to 0 now. Okay. As far as the odds compilers are concerned, they had Mike Gillett offer even money and Haruki Muramatsu, the 8-11 favourite, which that we know the level that Haruki can play at, but again, having a look at the betting for the group, I think Mike Gillett at 5-2, in terms of the outrights to win the group, I think is the best value on the market.
Yeah, very, very good. Obviously, he has had arguably the most success on this stage out of everyone up there.
140.
And that counts for a lot. Again, top in the group is one thing, but the
60.
key goal for these players is to make it through to finals night. Top 3 go through.
$45.
Mike sporting his nationality most vividly on his shirt. Proud Welshman. Based these days down in Hampshire. Plays a lot locally. But there's a bit of a rapport of players locally that play at the Super Series. The likes of him, Ryan Finesse playing this competition. Adam Lipscomb, Chaz Barstow.
Yeah, Scotty Walters. Yes, there's a few of them.
100. Haruki Okar, 133.
Yeah, Mike, my fellow Hampshire player, also my brother-in-law. So I'm pretty sure my
59.
mother and my sister will be sat at home watching Mike on the big screen at the moment.
So this could get very interesting over the roast dinner on Sunday.
It was quite funny. He didn't know I was coming tonight. His face when I walked in. I'm like, don't worry, it's fine.
61. Haruki Okar, 74.
Wasn't too happy with that. And Muramatsu has the break opportunity on 74. It's going to be the solitary dart at tops. In fact, it's going to be double 10 because he's found the tops.
Game shot on the
Double,
first leg.
double. Why
Haruki
not,
Muramatsu.
Haruki?
Second leg, Haruki to third first.
Bit of an early opportunity missed there from Mike, but the race to 4, and when you lose that opening leg, when it is your throw, when it's your darts, you've gone first. It's always that. It's like a double blow, really. It's really, you've got to now find a break. Mike will need to find a break if he is going to win this match.
$95.
Haruki alongside Mikuru, 2 Japanese representatives here at the Super Series this week. And perhaps when you consider the work that's been done with, obviously we've had Australian champions and the likes of Raymond Smith. We've seen the likes of Leonard Gates, Jacob Taylor make some splashes from North America. Maybe Asia now has becoming maybe the one untapped territory that the Super Series
60.
needs to branch out to next.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've said it before. In still tip, it's definitely still an area where, you know, there's a lot of growth. They play a lot of soft tip, but not so much transitioning into still tip. But we are seeing it more and more. I'm seeing it firsthand when we go to the women's series with the likes of Mikuru, Suzuki.
81.
Then we've got more and more players coming over from Asia to come and join the women's series tour. So definitely one of those areas that I think is just prime for growth.
140.
Especially in Japan, that there's almost a conveyor belt of female players that if they can commit more to the tour, and obviously the travelling's a major issue because all the events are, you know.
First, game on.
Yeah, absolutely great comeback from Mike. He was over up in Bridlington at the weekend, had some really good wins, you know, in terms of people that we're used to seeing
140.
here at the MODUS Super Series. Beat the likes of Neil Duff, Dave Prinz, lost out to Luke Listler. Don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard he's a bit handy, you know.
89.
Last time I saw him play, it sounded like I fell down a well at Champions Week. We'll be seeing
41.
Luke before too long. He's looking to do the Super Series hat-trick before he then selfishly departs to take up his tour card.
60.
Who would do such a thing?
I know, he's just an absolute phenomenon, isn't he?
140.
Well, this camera angle here shows you the darts entering the board and the trajectory that they go in. Now, I'm going to look at Haruki's setup there, Laura. It's very interesting because his darts sit below, but because of the
59.
big barrel and the slim stem, it actually makes the view of from the board maybe a little bit awkward from a player's perspective.
Possibly. You know, players tinker with their setup all the time.
100.
So, you know, it's obviously something that he likes, that works for him. But with that, when you do have that wider barrel, you know, it can actually block, but looking all right at the moment.
140. Mike Lucar, 80.
It's going to have to be either 25 and ball, or does he go brave? He goes brave.
40.
He
Haruki
dared
Lucar,
and he dreams,
153.
but neither came up trumps.
Well, calculated risk there from Mike. Adolf does get another go, but
60.
needs to pin tops.
Mike Lucar, 40.
And it would be our first holder throw in this match.
Game shot on the third leg.
And it is
Mike
a holder
Gillett.
throw there, and Mike Gillett is now 2-1 ahead.
Halfway towards the victory post in his
Fourth leg,
first
Haruki
game.
to throw first. Game on.
Uematsu was in the Group A title conversation for large swathes of it. But it was just the sheer consistency of Andreas Harrison that pipped into the line.
97.
Andreas putting in perhaps one of his best performances, if not the best performance for that game against Haruki yesterday.
96.
Harrison in that game averaging 96, but the average was in excess of a ton for large swathes. He won the game with a 13 darter and deposing of Uematsu by 4 legs to 1. That was kind of the straw that broke the
96.
camel's back as far as the group was concerned, before then beating Kordeka in next to no time at all with an immaculate display.
99.
You have to wonder, you know, what goes on through the mind of someone. He was 2 points off qualifying by the end of the, you know, when the table had finished. And you're that close to obviously having a couple of days off
58.
and, you know, coming back for finals night, job done. And then you come back and you've got to do it all again.
$138.
Yeah, Mike not able to leave a finish after that second dart into the treble 7.
60.
But not too much damage done. So Mike here with an opportunity to leave something quite handy.
But not for the first time in this game. He's had that lateral drift into the single or treble 5, but recovers well
125.
with the last 2 darts. Options here for Gillett.
100. Mark your car 43.
He's going down to go up.
Game shot on the fourth
And
leg. Mike
3-1
Gillett.
up he is.
Fifth leg, Mike to throw first.
Yeah,
Game
after
on.
losing that opening leg, Mike's now reeled 3 consecutive legs off in a row. You see Muramatsu in the background, that ghost throw.
83.
See it more and more. It's something that we've seen quite a lot, especially from the Asian players. But I think it's drifting into a lot of people's games. Just it's almost like a nice stretch before you go up and throw.
It's a little bit like a
136.
warm-up to a certain extent. It's like a golfer approaching the 18th tee at Augusta. They're always going to have a practice swing when they're about to win the Masters.
180.
Now you see the first 180 of the match go the way of Mike Gillett.
Average now ticking above 96.
45.
And we were talking about it before, weren't we? I think with Mike, he's quite a strong front runner. When he gets ahead, he can really push forward. It'd be just interesting to see when he comes up against maybe a little
100.
bit more pressure than what Muramatsu's doing at the moment, how he can respond.
Only a maximum from this point would leave Muramatsu on a finish.
100.
And so
Mike
Gillett
Car
now
138.
has 6 for the match from 138. Another one of them. Leaves double 12. That would have been to win it in
114.
style. He just grazes the wire.
$100. Mike Car 24.
It's been a really good opening performance from Mike Gillett. And this to round it off with a little bit of fanfare. Double 6.
18.
Muramatsu
Haruki
has
Car
got a chance.
120.
120.
And after narrowly missing that 138, you missed doubles there from Mike Gillett. But Muramatsu just not able to find anything, can't put on any real pressure.
24. Mike Car 6.
He won the last leg on tops. He's now looking to win this leg on the bottom double on the board. And he does not like this one bit. I don't think he knows what the ploy is. But he's going straight for it. And now you can't go no further because one leaves double one.
4. Haruki Car 96.
You could see the confliction, I think, as Mike approached the oche. Does he go straight for it or do you opt for 2 double 2? Yeah, needed a treble, so Mike back for double 1.
56. Mike Car 2.
Well, we've all been here, haven't we? Double 1 to win the match. Don't lie if you haven't.
No score.
And
Haruki Car
Haruki
40.
Muramatsu has been absolutely nowhere in this leg, and he may well pinch it now.
Needs double 10.
Game shot on the fifth
And
leg.
does
Haruki
find double
Muramatsu.
10. And there's a handful of match-winning darts come and gone for Mike.
Sixth leg. Haruki to throw first. Game on.
It's that opening match as well, isn't it? It's Haruki's been here, throughout the week. Mike, this is his first match of this week, of this group.
And the way he was
85.
playing as well, it would have settled him so nicely into the week for him.
You just get, I think with any player, you just get elements of self-doubt and can't afford to have
61.
that when you're playing. Knock your confidence when you do miss those many kind of match-winning opportunities.
Coming up after this,
100.
Tommy Lishman is in action. Now, if you haven't seen him before, the left-handed talent from Hull, then you're in for a bit of a
58.
treat. Plays with some real maverick flair and some real panache. The last of the 12 players this week that we're yet to see at the Super Series, the last of the Darty dozen, yet to appear to the stage.
140.
Muramatsu in quite a
95.
commanding position here to level the match at 3 apiece. It's kind of how you,
60.
you know, if you're Mike, it's how you kind of get over the fact that you have had match-winning darts. They've come, they've gone. You need to just crack on and still get the job done. It's easy for me to sit in here
85.
and say it.
Rookie
It's,
car
it's
116.
quite hard to adjust when you're up there and playing.
A dart at tops to send us the distance.
76.
Dart at tops, which clips the wire. He is going to come back. We'll get it back on 202. Not for much longer, mind.
180.
Not for much longer at all.
Rookie car 40.
Dead cat 180, or is it the scoreboard pressure being applied?
No score. Microcar 22.
Muramatsu just not able to hone in on that top. So another match-winning opportunity here for Mike.
Did the Paul Hinks 180 call put Muramatsu off?
Game
As
shot of the
Gillett
match.
seals a
Mike
4-2 victory. He apologises. Don't say sorry, Mike. That's your job. He gets a 4-2 victory against Haruki Muramatsu. He missed a plethora of match darts in the leg prior. But Gillett, all laughs, all smiles now. And that's because he's sealed a 4-2 win with an average just under 88. 4 out of 16 when it came to the doubles, and a swashbuckling 1-2-3 finish as well. For Haruki Muramatsu, work to do for him. Coming up after the break, be ready for some maverick darts as Tommy Lishman takes on Ryan the Lion.
Game 3 about to get underway here on Thursday night at the MODUS Super Series, and it's Ryan Palmer's second outing of the evening. The Lion lost 4-2 to Kevin Painter in his opener. He's up against Tommy Lishman, who's back from Hull and ready to rain hell and fury on the MODUS Super Series stage. Always doing that in the commentary box is Henry Deacon, but he's got an angel alongside him in Laura Turner.
Thank you very much, Chris. Yes, we do have the Angel, Laura Turner. Well, you know, you didn't want a nickname last week, commentator together. I think you've got one now.
No, I'm okay without a nickname, although I am enjoying the compliments, so thank you very much, Chris.
Yep, my actual nickname is not allowed to be repeated on broadcast.
First leg, Tommy did through first. Game on.
Ishman with the darts. The last player to kick off his campaign this week. And we will get a little bit of everything from him, the man from Hull.
58.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to see how he plays today. You know, he was quite exuberant,
59.
especially in terms of his celebrations. And I do like a person that knows exactly where the camera is when you do a celebration.
Learning off of Johnny Clayton.
82.
The bookmakers have Lishman 8-15 and Ryan Palmer 11-8.
140.
Remember 18 plus, begambleaware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the MODUS Super Series this evening.
45.
And it was interesting, we were digging and delving into some stats, Laura, weren't we, before this session got underway? And we were looking at his ADC stats, Tommy Lishman, in
132.
comparison to the stats from him here last time out, because on the ADC circuit, his average language is around
100.
the mid-70 region.
170.
But when it comes to this competition, his average is 87.08, so a dramatic increase in level when playing here.
50.
I think that's what you see from players. One, you know, the opportunity to be here. You do get the best out of players, and they are playing the best players.
100. Raniel Carr, 120.
Can Ryan climb the ladder?
60. Tommy
He'll draw
Carr,
back the
116.
Needs a treble. So a really good
76.
opportunity for an early
Raniel
break throw
Carr,
here
60.
for Ryan Palmer. Needs 60, so 20 leaves him tops.
Game shot on the first leg.
And there you
Ryan
see
Palmer.
Ryan pinning double 10. It's an early breaker throw there for Ryan Palmer.
Second leg, Ryan to throw
Yep, he knows
first.
where the
Game
camera
on.
is at all times, even in misery. It was misery cam for Lishman.
100. $81.
Both players with similar stature, similar height.
125.
I bet whoever's doing the cameras tonight will be very happy.
Yes.
100. $140.
Just stick it in place and leave it for the rest of the night, hey? It's a little bit more technical than that. Great team behind the scenes here at the
96.
Super
Raniel
Series.
Carr,
Is this going to be
136.
a great finish on Palmer? 136.
58.
This has been a really, really good bounce back after probably the disappointment of losing that opening match for Ryan Palmer against Kevin
54.
Painter. Lost 4-2.
Raniel Carr,
Did carve
78.
out a few more opportunities that he could have taken. And the speed at which he gets to that Oki each time, sometimes you do see that with the first dart.
46.
Almost
Tommy Carr,
rectified, but
170.
not quite.
Well, he hit a fish, did Lish, last time out, and he got it in the dish.
60.
But Palmer
Raniel Carr,
comes back for
32.
32 to double up his lead.
Game shot on the second leg. Ryan Palmer.
Perfectly pinned, and Palmer's 2-0 in the lead. And Lishman, well, it was a case of
Third leg,
the
Tommy did
tumbleweed
through
going
first. Game
past
on.
and the look of, hello darkness, my old friend returning again.
100. 81.
And I suppose tonight is all about the energy levels, isn't it, Laura? Keeping it throughout the course of the night.
Yeah, I would say so, especially for the guys that have played for the rest, for earlier part of this week. I think it's having that longevity. I think everyone's got a massive performance, but you need to do it again and again in order to secure that place in finals night. And there you see the first 180 of the match going the way of Ryan Palmer.
Most definitely. Well, the first couple of games were won by nose. This one could be a bit more comprehensive.
100. 57. Ran your car 140.
Well, this is much improved from his previous performance against Painter, and he's now looking for a big finish to add to what's been a dominant
100.
display. His average just under 95.5, and he's on the cusp of a 3-0 lead in the space of 5 minutes.
100. Ran your car 40.
Yeah, tops required here for Palmer.
Game
Yeah,
shot
that
on
was
the
a
third
great
leg.
first start.
Ryan
He used it as a
Palmer.
guide. Just hasn't really got going yet for Tommy Lishman.
Fourth leg round to throw first. Game on. 96.
Fair to say the Lion has awoken now.
Has indeed, has indeed.
93.
We talked about the exuberance of Tommy Lishman, but needs to find that level that he showed last time he was here.
63.
To be honest, nothing has really given him much to celebrate so far in this opening match.
And also, he's going to be back to the drawing board.
140.
He's back in game 5 against Haruki Muramatu, who lost out to Mike Gillett last time out. And the two victors of the first 2 matches will be going toe-to-toe when Kevin Painter takes on Mike Gillett in our next match. Whether that will be in a few minutes or slightly longer, we're going to find out. But Lishman in a good position here against the darts in this leg. Very good position.
140.
Oh, what happened there?
55. Tommy McCarr 128.
Yeah, just clattered in. Knocked the flight out.
$88.
Yeah, it's a good setup, but I'm never always sure about that route. Treble 18 first.
85. Tommy McCarr 40.
To get his first leg on the board. Tops for Lishman.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Tommy
13
Lishman.
darter for Tommy. And that was a breaker throw, importantly, as well.
Fifth leg, Tommy to through first. Game on.
It's interesting there. Tommy was well aware that was a breaker throw. As he took his darts out, decided to walk back down the ocky, knowing that he was going to throw next. But quite often you see them still walk off to the side. Tommy straight back on that ocky.
Just telling the opponent, yeah, I've broken you, pal.
Well, if he's going to win this match, he's going to have to find another one.
He's suddenly upping the levels, and
139.
these two are meeting into a little bit more of an equilibrium here. Lishman average has gone up from around about 78 to 87.
99.
Palmer's has decreased from 95 to 89. The average is there, available on screen for you now. And this
58.
is the interesting thing about these games, because it's short enough for a spurt to be enough to win, but long enough for there still to be changes in swings in momentum.
162.
Good visit there from Ryan Palmer to leave 140. But back comes Tommy Lishman.
140. Round your car, 140.
So there's a real ebb and flow in this match. Palmer just trying to hunt down the treble, which does.
Tommy McCarr 84.
A chance here for Tommy Lishman to keep this match alive.
And so It's one dart at the bull.
Game
Tas
shot on the fifth
saving, and he
leg. Tommy
does.
Leishman.
Back to 3-2. Palmer with the darts in the sixth.
6 leg round to throw first. Game on.
And as you were saying, you know, Palmer reels off those opening 3 legs. but
81.
Real fight back here from Tommy Leishman.
100. 134.
And that from Palmer. 2 treble visit. Piles it upon Leishman. It forces him to come up with something big.
100.
And a ton in this scenario you just don't feel is quite enough.
Now we've seen 2-4-2 results
96.
tonight. I think Ryan Palmer obviously hoping that that trend does continue in his favour.
40.
You could say that our winners tonight have been fortuitous.
You can.
174.
Yeah, superb visit there for Ryan Palmer.
Well, this would be to win it in star. The average just under 96 and a
125.
half.
Round your car 16.
This has been a much improved performance from the display we saw against Kevin Painter. And now double 8. That first start may not be too
Game
bad. It was the
match, Ryan
perfect
Palmer.
guide for Ryan Palmer to then pick the points up and better Tommy Leishman by 4 legs to 2. The third game, which has fell by such a scoreline. Palmer, the 4-2 victor, with an impressive average, 94.82 in the end. 4 out of 8 when it came to the finishing. As for Tommy Leishman, well, he only had a couple of goes at double, and he took advantage of both of those opportunities. 88.64 his average in the end. He'll feel as if the actual performance wasn't too bad. He'll just need to master up when it comes to those big moments. Coming up after the break, the 2 victors of our previous 2 matches go toe-to-toe as Kevin Painter takes on Mike Gillett.
Welcome back to the action here at the MODUS Super Series, where that man Kevin Painter is looking to get his second victory of the evening, as is his opponent, the man in your picture now, Mike Gillett, the Welshman who now lives here in Hampshire, and a woman who knows him very well is in commentary, Laura Turner, alongside Henry Deacon.
Yes, thank you very much, Chris. Yes, I do know Mike very, very well. Happens to be married to my sister, so yeah, my brother-in-law. But yeah, both these players really off to a solid
First leg, Kevin, you're
start.
through first.
Been impressed with both of them.
Game on.
4-2 victories, Mike over Murumatsa. Easy for me to say. And Painter obviously over Ryan Palmer. So this is where the table's really going to start shaping up.
Well,
40.
already Kevin Painter has changed the equipment. He won his first game against Ryan Palmer 4-2. He has changed the stem and he has changed the flights. Now we know Kevin can be a real tinkerer when it comes to the equipment. And there it is there. Has changed the setup from what was a white flight and a very short
44.
pear-shaped, kite-shaped red stem, shall I say. And he's moved it to the black stem, a slightly longer stem as well, and a pear-shaped black flight.
81.
You're obviously getting that victory, but perhaps not so happy with just averaging just a fraction over 78 in that win
95.
over Palmer.
$100.
Kevin Painter went off even money before this game went underway. Mike Gillett, the favourite to pick the points up at 8-11 with the odds compilers.
100. $99.
Now, it's been a solid start here for Mike, down to a 100 finish after 12 darts. Yeah, and that just makes it a bit awkward for Kevin, who was looking to leave a finish. We'll need to find a treble,
44.
which he doesn't.
Mike Ricard, 100.
And so Gillett leaving a ton after 12 against the Painter darts. Thought about tops.
60.
Now, speaking to Mike early on this evening, his doubles of choice may fluctuate as the evening goes along. There's no set preference between double 16 and double top.
138.
Which is why maybe when you see him on
Mike Ricard, 40.
combinations where both could be left, he may be toying around with a couple of ideas. You'll hope he's not toying around
Game
with
shot on the
tops
first
now.
leg. Mike Gillett.
He doesn't. Breaks the Painter throw and leads 1-0.
Second leg, Mike, you through first. Game on.
How's your luck, Kev?
It was a well-taken double there for Mike Gillett. The
58.
pressure that Kevin had put on with that 138 setup.
$140.
And not quite at that point of hearing the Paul Hinks 180 bellow.
21.
And I have to tell you, Henry, I have been reliably texted also by my daughter, who felt very left out, that she is also watching her uncle play at the moment. So if I don't actually mention it, I think, you know, she's not going to let me back in the house.
134.
Definitely a kind of family affair when it comes to darts and all of us lot.
At least you're now in everyone's good books, Laura.
There's bound to be someone I've missed, so apologies now.
59.
Well, if Painter hits a ton here, we would have been on for the obligatory Paul Hinks finish. Now, as we're in shout-out corner, like a
135.
radio DJ about to play Phil Collins' Easy Lover, you can have your own shout-out if you follow us on our social media handles.
60.
At
Kevin
MSS
O'Connor,
Darts,
92.
the place to be for that. As Painter looks to break back. Really good leg this, leaving 92 after 9. And now 2 in hand, a double 16 to level proceedings up.
60.
But he does not break back just yet.
No, but you got a feeling time's on his side. Mike can potentially leave something on here. Not now.
95. Kevin O'Connor, 32.
That might be a helpful guide for Kev. Shuffles across.
Game shot on the
Finds
second
the
leg.
bed.
Kevin
1-1.
Painter. Third leg, Kevin to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, saw a few missed doubles from Kevin that opening match as well against Ryan Palmer. Ended up at 23% on doubles.
100.
Just got a feeling that as the evening progresses, the business end of the match, the doubles will need to be tightened up. Not everyone's going to afford you a couple of throws at a double at this level.
95.
How would you describe Kevin Painter's career?
I think, you know, he's won so many things, and I think the longevity
60.
of it is what's, you know, impressive from my point of view. Obviously, held his tour card for a long time, featured in world championships, major tournaments. Perhaps hasn't, you know, ever really met his full potential, perhaps
95.
when it comes to those big titles. But the fact that he's still playing, he's obviously still enjoying it. And what we've seen from him on the seniors tour now as well, you know, it's one of the things I love about
85.
darts is the fact that, you know, your career can go on as long as you've got to enjoy it, but it's open to everyone.
Well,
85.
put it this way, here at the MODUS Super Series, we've got a 16-year-old champion in Luke Littler. And we've also had a player
100.
who's played in this competition before, in Mark Layton, whose date of birth
100.
stretches back to
Kevin Carl,
1957.
156.
I've got a feeling I share a same birthday with Mark Layton. Yeah. Just a different year, I'm wanting to point out, actually.
140.
It's amazing what kind of information you pick up over the years.
1-2-6 for Gillett for will be a third consecutive break at the beginning of this match. There won't be no 1-2-6 in game.
54.
Painter back for
Kevin
the first
Carl,
hole,
16.
double 8. Two fours, por favor.
Game shot on the
He's
third
found
leg.
for
Kevin
Kev to lead
Painter.
2-1.
Fourth leg, Mike to throw first. Game on.
And it's interesting there, Kev's reaction. Yes, he did get it in the end, but especially that first start, I think he still demands perfection from
59.
his game.
In fact, you're talking about players and birthdays being shared. In fact, myself and Ryan Palmer share the same birthday.
180.
And there you hear that 180 call for the first time in this match, going the way of Kevin Painter.
140.
Yeah, Mike just not able, but even Paul Hinks had to pause for a moment. It was very close.
Yeah, there's a reason why Ryan
55.
Palmer must be called the Lion, or part of the reason might be is because he's a Leo, a little bit like I am, 13th of August, which may explain a lot of the personality traits from my perspective.
56.
I mean, Henry the Lion wouldn't really kick on, would it?
Yeah, I could see you with different nicknames, if I'm honest.
58.
Tadpole perhaps more appropriate.
$42.
So Painter here with a sizable opportunity to break the Gillett throw here and to open up a 3-1 lead. A victory which would, but whoever
100.
picks up the points here would move them on to 4 and would put them in a very positive early suit in this embryonic league table.
Yeah, and that was a big last start there from Painter, finding that treble 20 on the third time of asking.
97.
And a big dart
Kevin
there on the
Carl,
last time with Mike
108.
Gillett too.
So Painter first poke on 108. Wants a single. The treble just about finds its way in onto the top part of the wire. And we'll see this from Kevin, where he will move back, treats every dart as its own individual event. This double 16
90.
would have been for the break
Mike
in 3-1.
107.
So for a valuable hold of throw here, Mike needs 107. It pulls it into treble 3, so not a huge disaster. 98 left.
47. Kevin Newcar, 18.
No messing about from Kev, straight for the double nine.
Game shot on the fourth
And
leg.
into
Kevin
a 3-1
Painter.
lead he goes, gets the break, and now looks to serve it out for a 4-1 success that will put him
Fifth
to the
leg,
top
Kevin
of
to
the
throw
pile.
first. Game on. $131.
Yeah, solid 2 treble visit there from Kevin Painter. But Mike's going to need to find that other level that we saw in his
47.
opening match.
Kevin's actually used this week as an opportunity to watch his beloved Ipswich Town in action.
140.
Played Southampton at St Mary's. He was there as well, Paul Hings. In fact, we had a sizable crew from the Super Series. Get up to St Mary's and watch it.
140.
Although, as a Southampton fan, I should be careful what I say. You've been giving me a wry look in this commentary box.
Not saying anything. Not saying anything about
85.
Southampton and or football. No.
Good win that for Ipswich, doing very well in the Championship.
140.
I know,
Kevin
Biggs
Newcar,
one very much
145.
enjoyed it. Here we go, Painter for the match.
Yes, it's not going to go on this time of asking,
60.
but Mike back on 174, so Kev will be back for 85.
$43. Kevin Newcar, 85.
Well, 4-1 success. 85 for Painter. Treble leads tops. Double 10 is not
65.
found.
Mike Ricard, 131.
It's Hail Mary time for Mike.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of finishes and won't be going on this occasion. Needed to have found 2 trebles. So just looking to leave it handy, leave it on a double.
91. Kevin Newcar, 20.
So this to make it 2 victories and 2 to kickstart his night. Double 5 now for Kevin Painter.
10. Mike Newcar, 40.
More match darts come and gone for Kevin Painter. Mike Gillett did find this in the opening leg.
Game shot on the
And
fifth
does
leg.
find
Mike
it
Gillett.
once again, and that is a breaker throw.
As Painter just
Six leg Mike
shakes
to
his
throw
head,
first. Game
raises
on.
his eyebrows and wonders how we're into this situation as Gillett throws first in leg 6 of this match.
59.
Sometimes that can be the change in a match as well. When you've had those opportunities, you miss them. Spurs the other person on, but I think for a player like Kev, who we've obviously seen over the
83.
years, I think he just gets more and more annoyed. Sometimes that can work for him, sometimes it can work against him.
Nothing wrong with
83.
that bit of aggression and anger, but we've seen it from so many players over the years. It's how you channel it, which is the difference as to how you're going to perform.
96.
Gary Anderson's one that if he gets a little bit wound up and riled up, you may see the best bits from.
41.
There's others that will just spontaneously combust.
Yeah, you do get the feeling they might.
100. $140.
Good visit, but Painter can leave something here. Needs to go for 18.
58.
Well, if Painter can get it done in this leg, it'll mean that the first 4
135.
games
Kevin
have all
O'Carroll,
gone by way of the same
164.
scoreline. Can he finish it in style? Cannot find the 164.
$124. Microcar 43.
So this for a level match. And imagine he's going 3. Tops has been kind to him so far tonight. Tops once again. Double 10.
Game shot on the 6 flag.
And we
Mike
do
Gillett.
have a level match.
And so, for the first time tonight, we go to leg
7th and final leg.
here
Kevin to through first.
at the Super
Game on.
Series. There'll be no such room for error here. It is all business between the pair here.
43.
Yeah, it's all about who can find that level, who can hold it all together in this decided leg.
137.
Mike Gillett's taken advantage of that opening score from Kevin Painter.
It is the simplest of simplest scenarios. It is what you were taught from young. It's what you were told when you first partake in the sport. 501 points. Who can get to 0 first? Simple when you put it that way.
96.
It's definitely not.
60.
From Kevin Painter being in a really commanding position. Opportunity to win 4-1. Has yet to find a treble 20 in this
43.
deciding leg. And as we said before, it is a short format, but fortunes can still
60.
turn around in such a short space of time.
And Gillett here putting real surmountable pressure on the Painter throw. And it's going to be
100.
he who's going to be first to the finish. Going to get a go at it. But is he going to get more than a go at it? Painter, who was, well, painting the picture quite
60.
nicely. He found himself
Mike
in a 3-1 lead.
125.
So now Gillett has got 6 darts to win the match himself.
The single 20
85.
just sets it out very nicely once again for Tops.
It's all about putting the pressure on now for Painter.
85. Michael
He's
Carr
3-1
40.
down in this game, Mike Gillett. He had to ride his coattails a little bit, but now Tops for 4-3 victory against Kevin Painter, who sips his water in the background
20.
and is
Kevin
going to
Carr
get a reprieve.
135.
Kev just taking his time. At the ball. That leaves him 85. He does have options. Again, just takes his time. Tops required.
115.
Oh, and misses by the narrowest of margins.
Michael Carr 20.
Now, Painter can't quite believe it. He can't look. 5s. It's getting tetchy towards the line, and now it's
No
Gillett's
score.
turn to
Kevin
blow
Carr
it.
20.
Oh, we do know Kev won't be rushed. He will take his time on this.
Both players are going through the mill. Both players are on the hill.
10.
And nobody yet
Mike
can cross the
Carr
line.
20.
Painter's head is quite literally in his hands. He had the game in the palm of his hands.
Yeah, who wants it the most? Mike once again leaves himself on double 5.
Game
And
shot of the
this
match.
time, Mike Gillett does pin it. It got very, very touchy, very tense towards the end, but it is a victory, a 4-3 win for Mike Gillett over Kevin Painter. And coming up next, there you can see the stats in front of you. Just over an 80 for Kevin Painter, 78 for Mike. And it really was a game of who could hold their nerve at the end. But coming up next, we have Haruki Muramatsu against Tommy Lishman.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where we're at the halfway stage of the evening. Game 5 about to get underway between Haruki Muramatsu and Tommy Lishman. Muramatsu losing his first game to Mike Gillett, who's won both his matches so far. Lishman also went down in his opener, falling to the Lion Ryan Palmer. So which one of them will pick up the points in this one? We'll find out in the company of Laura Turner and Henry Deacon.
Why, thank you very much, Chris. And so we reach the halfway house of our evening action here this evening at the Super Series as Haruki Muramatsu takes on Tommy Lishman. Both players looking to get victories to their name, and the loser of this one will be the only player without points at the midway stage of our evening action
First leg is Haruki to throw first.
At the Super Series.
Game on.
Muramatsu, the 4-9 favourite with the odds compilers, whilst Tommy Lishman went in as the 13-8 outsider. And darts, so that might be
177.
why Muramatsu has been installed as favourite.
Yeah, fantastic start there for Haruki.
81.
Lishman was quite slow to get going in his opening match against Ryan Palmer. In terms of averages, did end up with 10 points higher actually than Muramatsu.
46.
It's all about now. It's all about this game.
All about the here and now, Laura.
121.
Yeah, obviously we looked at previous performances. They're a good guide. They're an indicator, but you've got to factor in that human element. Things change very
140.
quickly.
Going to begin downstairs here, Lishman.
99. Haruki
There's
Okao,
a couple of trebles
138.
there, would have left him on 160. Haruki Muramatsu leads himself on 138 after 9. He's got a couple of bites of the cherry here, and he's going to set things up quite nicely
98.
indeed. Leads himself on tops after 12 to take the opening leg, and Lishman can do naught by way of response, apart from par the pressure on.
100. Haruki Okao, 40.
So a 13 dart opener.
Game shot on the
Ends
first
up
leg.
being
Haruki
14, but-
Muramatsu.
Very, very commanding start there for Haruki Muramatsu.
Second leg, Tommy to throw first. Game on. $100. $95.
Well, we're going to have a look now at the angle at which the players throw at. Lishman, it's very much it's
100.
an easy, relaxed type throw, isn't it?
Yeah, there's very little movement. See, very solid, very methodical. Do you find that with the Asian-based players? Very
100.
methodical throw. Beautiful follow-through on the arm.
$131.
I do wonder how the players who play both soft tip and steel tip have to actually adapt their throw to the different disciplines, because there are, even though it's the same sport, there's still different
45.
mechanisms.
Tommy
It's a bit
Okao,
like snooker to pool.
170.
Yeah, no, it is very different. I've predominantly played steel tip. I have dabbled in soft tip. It's overwhelming for the senses. There's lights, there's noise, there's
77.
music. You know, you hit one score, but it tells you as well. I think that one of the biggest transitions from soft tip to steel tip is the counting factor, because on soft tip you get told what to go for and what's left, whereas obviously here you have to work it all out yourself.
100. Tommy Okao, 93.
You can tell, the referee can tell you what you've got left or what you have scored, but they cannot tell you where to finish the objective leg.
Yeah, and the downside for it, if you
37.
aren't confident with counting, is
Haruki Okao,
especially if you're a
161.
rhythmical player, if you have to stop and ask the referee on each occasion, it really can disrupt your rhythm as well. So I think that's just one of the other barriers that perhaps is in place at the moment when it comes to soft tip players
85. Tommy
transitioning over
Okao,
to steel tip.
56.
And perhaps in a lot of cases, players actually not utilising the referee in that way. As Lishman goes for double 10, so they're
Game
up to
shot on
one
the second
apiece.
leg.
1-1
Tommy
it is.
Lishman.
There's a lot of players, and especially those who are new to this competition, who may
Third
not
leg,
play
Haruki to
many
throw
stage
first.
matches
Game
before,
on.
that I think the referee's there for pomp and ceremony, and that is it. But that's not the case. You should use them and abuse them as much as possible.
What- yeah, for the
100.
mathematical skills and ability, I will agree with you. Yeah. But yes, that's what they're there for. At the end of the day, they're there to tell you what you got left if you need to know.
49.
Unless it's Owen Binks. Now, one of our star referees, Owen Binks, doing a good job
100.
this week doing the spotting, which is which is a job which is unique to broadcast darts. It's to help those behind the scenes
60.
tell the players, well, they don't tell the players, but tell those behind the scenes where the darts are heading. One of the very few sports in broadcast that use spotters. One of the very few other ones is Formula One, where
85.
there'll be someone in the ear telling the director where the particular cars are on track, and they'll cut them to different points.
41.
Yeah, and it's not always a straightforward job with the spotting, especially in darts, because players can be quite unique in their, in the way they like to finish. You have to read the faces of the players.
140.
Owen tells me it's all about the eyes.
100. Haruka 76.
76 for Muramatsu for 2-1. And the instruction will be 16 and tops. For a
Game shot
2-1
on the
lead,
third
he's
leg.
halfway
Haruki
there,
Muramatsu.
Haruki.
4
we
fake
should do
Tommy to
one day,
third
we should
first.
do a
Game on.
Behind the scenes of how a TV broadcast works.
Yeah, there's a lot more
76.
stuff that goes on behind the scenes than I think anyone's particularly aware of.
They definitely do a lot to make us on camera look good.
100. 140.
140 for Lishman has put him in a good position in this leg.
100.
Yeah, all kind of flows going with throw.
59.
For Lishman, he's going to have to find a break. Obviously, he's going to have to hold here first, but we'll need to find that break of throw. And Muramatsu just showing some of that talent, that quality that finished second
140.
in the Group A table.
$140. Haruki
So
161.
161 for Muramatsu for a 3-1 lead and a break of throw. He would then be able to serve the game out. Not going to happen this time. And so Lishman may well end up on the bullseye here on 86. Treble
47. Tommy Nuka 86.
start will give him a couple in hand at double 16. Single may mean another one of them for the bullseye. Another one of them, or the treble would leave double 7.
Yeah, just hesitated there.
46.
Not sure. Just needed to
Haruki
adjust. And ended up
140.
pulling it in the 4. So Haruki back here for 114s. 14 leaves them the tops once again.
94. Tommy Nuka 40.
So a let off here, you feel, for Tommy.
Tops to light the spark for the flame.
No score.
But
Haruki
he's
Nuka
flickering
20.
like a Bunsen burner that's running out of gas. Double 10
Game
for
shot on the fourth
Muramatsu.
leg. Haruki
3-1.
Muramatsu.
That's the break. And now Muramatsu serves it out and has the opportunity
Fifth
to
leg
serve
Haruki
it
to
out.
third first. Game on.
Lishman just looks in the corner, wondering, pondering. And now staring up at the heavens for divine inspiration.
135.
And it is that key part of the game, isn't it? It's the difference between 2-all and 3-1. It's absolutely
180.
massive as Tommy Lishman there finds his first 180 of the match.
Paul Hinks with the 180 call.
100.
Will we see another one here? And if so, we'll get very excited indeed. That's 4.
81.
There's the legend. Full focus.
Needs to switch.
134.
Yeah, and that's very good board management there.
140. Haruki Okada 132.
Well, this would be some way to see how has been some performance. 99.87 the average for Haruki Muramatsu. Is now hoping that Leishman cannot take out the ton because he's left himself in a handy enough situation.
It just slides over the Oki, needs tops.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
That is
Tommy
some clutch
Leishman.
finishing there for Tommy Leishman. Tommy just raising his hands as to say, where has that been in earlier stages of the match? Again, this is how the match can change so quickly, and how Tommy has got the darts here to make it a level match. And as we saw in the previous one between Painter and Gillett, anything can happen in the last leg.
There's drama at every single twist and turn here with the Super Series. This game may well be a turning.
140. $140. $92.
And you would have thought from that position, from 265, you would be looking at playing with the 19s. One treble 19 and two singles would leave you on that big fish
100.
that we saw him hit last time he was here.
Maybe the lake is closed this week.
$93.
Is this game finished off with a Muramatsu win? 121 to seal the job. Down for treble 17. Should have left him a dart at the ball. And so Leishman, now I'm going to give you a personal guarantee here. He goes tops, tops. He goes tops, tops. I promise you it was a dart at tops.
40.
Yeah, and a wild one there goes 24. Into the 5. So Haruki back here for 24.
Game shot of the match.
And
Haruki
there you
Muramatsu.
have it. Double 12 seals the match there for Haruki Muramatsu. Tommy Leishman just not able to find that darting, doubling presence that he needed. But averages wise, a ton topper there for Haruki with Tommy Leishman just under 90. So highly competitive match. And I feel we've got a highly competitive match up next between Ryan Palmer and Mike Gillett.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where we are 5 games into Thursday night. Laura will have a look at the results so far, and there's one man who's won both of his matches.
Yes, yeah, Mike has dominated on so far tonight. I think he'd probably say that he's rode his luck a little bit, especially maybe in that last match. But it's all about results at the end of the day.
Yeah, you said it'd be a tight group, so for one player to have won both games, that's a really good head start for Mike Gillett, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's all you can really ask of players to do. You're out there to win, averages and everything else. They all get pushed aside. It's all about the points. It's all about the win.
Yeah, we'll see the sort of scrappy end to his game against Kevin Painter in a moment, but he did do some really good stuff in his first match, including a brilliant 1-2-3 checkout, which was a really good boost to kick off his evening against Haruki Muramatsu.
Yeah, it was a great start for him. That was his first checkout of the night. So it's very hard, I think, for the players that are coming in. As commentators, we're never quite sure what version of it is turning up. But yeah, it's been a really good one so far for Mike. Yeah,
almost won it with a 1-3-8 as well, just missed a double 12 for that. But then a very different kind of match against Kevin Painter, who will be kicking himself.
Yeah, rightly so. He was 3-1 up, he was kind of cruising, and it just all got a bit sticky towards the end of the match. There was missed doubles, but from watching it, it's very exciting, but it felt like whoever was going to fall over the line as opposed to really take the victory.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the table then. We know that Mike Gillett, as the only man who has won the group, is going to be top of it. Now, I passed him in the corridor a couple of times, Laura, and what he kept asking me is, what is my sister-in-law saying about me? But it's all nice so far. There's no reason to say anything nasty, is there?
I've told him not to worry. I've told him not to worry. No, he's lovely, Mike. But yeah, I don't think he was expecting me to be here. But obviously, he's doing what he needs to do at the moment, and he's sat nice on top of the table.
Tommy Lishman without a win yet. Are you worried for him yet?
A little bit. I just don't think we've seen that exuberance, and I don't think he's had too much to celebrate. That's why we kind of haven't seen it. So it's early doors. It's only a couple of games in for him, but yeah, I think you're going to want to get at least a win, if not 2, under your belt.
But in this group, you do feel, because it's only the top 3, so you're only aiming for 3rd place, really, that you can recover from losing your first 2, maybe even your first 3.
Yeah, no, exactly. There is still time. We've got the rest of tonight, plus obviously we've got tomorrow. So yeah, there is time to rescue it. But as you say, there's a lot of competition, and there's not much separating these guys. So it's yeah, I think Tommy needs to just get that win.
And if Mike Gillett wins his next match, he's playing Ryan Palmer in a moment, then he must be really relaxed about getting back to finals night.
Yeah, puts himself in a really strong position, not just to get through to finals night, which is the key goal, but also maybe to actually win the group and top the table.
Right, one more thing to do, an exclusive for you now. We are going to reveal the players for next week here at the Super Series. These are the Week 8 players. Plenty of familiar names there, Laura.
Yeah, absolutely. Just another week which is really hard to pick from. Obviously, Richie Howson coming in Group B, but then you've got the likes of Neil Duff, the reigning WDF World Champion, James Richardson in Group A, and then we get his son in Group C, so with Josh Richardson. But yeah, John Worsley, we've got 4 weekly winners. It's an amazing lineup.
Yeah, a family affair here at the Super Series, isn't it? We had brothers playing in separate groups. We've got brother-in-law and sister-in-law in the studio tonight, father and son next week. It really is a family affair. But if you want to be here on a Saturday night to cheer on your family, your friends, or just watch some good darts, then you can be. And here are all the details of how to get to the Super Series.
And why don't you join us on a Saturday night here at the Super Series? It is a unique and intimate venue here. It's a darting experience, It's a bit unlike anything else that we tend to see here, but it is certainly something you need to tick off the bucket list if you haven't done so already. And Saturday night is where both Mike Gillett and Ryan Palmer want to find themselves. As far as Gillett is concerned, it's so far so good. 2 victories
Ryan
to his
throw
name.
first. Game
As
on.
for Ryan Palmer, well, he's been getting better as the night goes along, and some customary pleasantries between the pair before we get underway. 2 real good guys going toe to toe.
97.
Yeah, but generally all those niceties, they're kind of left at the side of the stage. It's all business up here.
66.
I've noticed Ryan's start in both his matches have been very strong
180.
as he finds his first 180 of the match.
Puts him on to 224 after 6 starts.
140.
Get it by contrast, after that 140, put himself on 295. Apologies for the lack of scoreboard in your picture. We will work to get that back ASAP.
84.
There we are. Palmer 140 after 9.
78. Run your car 140.
Another one of them. Went tops.
100.
Yeah, it's such a popular option, isn't it? Tops when you're left on 80. Do you think that
78.
treble 20 did
Run your
look very
car
inviting?
40.
I was thinking the same as you, Henry.
And Vine is the double 10. The double 5.
35.
Inside.
Car
And
139.
just sniffing around the periphery.
Yeah, Gillett has had the highest finish of the night with a 1-2-3. Can he follow it up with a 1-3-9? Needs tops.
99. Run your car 5.
So Palmer back for 5. That's got a bit messy here, but cleaned up there. Needs double 2.
3.
And you,
Michael
you
Carr,
actually
40.
heard audibly, he knew that that dart had gone high before he'd even let it go.
Palmer
Getting
went
shot on the
high,
first leg.
Gillett was
Mike
holding
Gillett.
on, and now he gets the break. He leads 1-0. And Palmer, who is dressed as a
Second leg,
violet,
Mike,
will
to throw
be
first. Game
raging
on.
red inside.
$137.
And so Gillett taking the first leg against the darts and kicking off well on throw in leg 2.
140.
And he will take opportunities off of quite literally any player. You miss a double against him, he will
85.
take advantage, as our very own Chris Murphy can attest to. Played Mike at a local competition. Had a dart to win the opening leg against
95.
Mike. Fair to say that was kind of the end of his evening's work. Chris Murphy, that is.
81.
Yeah, I think that's been a bit of a characteristic of Mike's game tonight, as you were saying. I took those key opportunities against Painter in the match before.
99.
To say you just can't afford these players too many opportunities.
$68. Run your car 167.
So the 167 isn't going to go. Can Gillett add
57. Mike your
to
car
that ton plus tally?
138.
In fact, one of 2 ton plus finishes tonight's the 1-2-3. Treble would have left the bull, and so Palmer looking for a
58.
ton top
Run
of
your
his
car
own.
110.
Still on, treble 19 would have left the bull.
$29. Mike Ricard 72.
Yeah, Ryan Palmer just making a few mistakes towards the tail end of these legs and giving Mike another opportunity. He needs double 12 here.
48.
You can see how that clipped the
Ryan
wire, actually
Ricard,
readjusted
81.
the flight path of the dart.
And so Treble 12 leaves double 13
55.
to level up at one
Michael
apiece.
Carr 24.
Doesn't go. And so Gillett now in prime opportunity to double his advantage if he can find double 12. Again, a wire grazer. 2 6s.
18.
Missed.
Manuel Carr 26.
Mahai, so double 11.
23.
Opts
Mike
to
Ricard
bust
6.
it. And doesn't actually manage it. Leaves himself on 3.
Game shot on the second leg. Mike Gillett.
Yeah, it doesn't quite matter. But when you do go to do that, when you do go and try and bust your score, you do need to kind of make sure you do.
Third leg Ryan to throw first. Game on.
Simply put, Ryan, you must improve your bust.
95.
And yes, before you ask, is it possible to unhear things?
95.
No, you've said it now. It's out there.
Well, Laura, it's been a pleasure for you to be next to me in my
95.
last ever commentary shift.
You can shoehorn in some rather
59.
unusual kind of lines. That was up there with one of them, but
81.
Wait till I get to the malapropisms later.
100.
When we get to Hail Mary territory.
$60.
Well, Palmer leaves himself on a finish here on 170, but Gillett with a couple of trebles can stem the tide in this leg. And
$60. Manuel Carr 170.
so Palmer here, 6 darts on throw to half the deficit back to 2-1. Oh, is it in?
no.
It doesn't look like it's touching.
Ooh,
Oh, is it?
that angle looks different.
63.
No.
Hinks says no.
$81. Manuel Carr 107.
Yeah, could that be an important last start there? 18 here leaves double 16.
Game shot on the third leg. Ryan Palmer.
Yeah, and you just see the little fist pump there from Ryan Palmer. So far in this match,
Fourth
that
leg Mike to
is
throw
his
first. Game
double,
on.
but has missed 8 darts so far.
$97.
Good recovery there with the last dart for Mike. Otherwise, he would have really opened up the door for Ryan, but he may well crowbar it open for himself. Kicking off
140.
140, stealing the Gillett darts.
$180.
Oh, but that's a great response there from Mike Gillett.
To
41.
clarify that situation in the previous leg, the official ruling is as long as the point is touching any part and segment of the board, it will count as a scoring visit or
100.
a scoring dart. And so it's all about the point. That was a bit of a dangler, but the point didn't touch.
96. Michael Carr 124.
6 darts on 124 for Gillett. Treble 18. Would have left the ball.
92.
Good recovery there. Leave double 16.
60. Michael Carr 32.
Yeah, this is a stronger leg here for Mike Gillett. Just needs to see it out, which he
Game
does.
shot on the fourth leg. Mike Gillett.
Just has that 2-leg cushion, but we have seen these turn around.
Fifth leg Ryan to throw first. Game on.
Well, he's a leg away now from making it 3 from 3, and Gilly may be on for a hat-trick. Another one of them
97.
nicknames, which I'm assuming Mike spent a lot of time thinking up.
Yeah, you do tend to find, just stick an A at the end or a Y at the end of a
140.
name, and then it's all done.
So my parents must have been ahead of the curve.
Yeah, just Henry.
65.
And now moving through the gears.
140.
Moving towards the line and pumping the pressure on the Palmer darts.
And this is what we were saying
81.
earlier, when Mike, he's just a very good front runner. When he gets the lead and gets the bit between his teeth, he can really pull away.
57.
Leaves himself on 164, so a couple of trebles here from Palmer would make this leg a little bit interesting.
58. Mike Ricard, 164.
Not to be, and so Gillett has 6 for the match on 164. It doesn't have to go for it. He may go for it. He may
Game
pin
shot
it!
in the match. Mike Gillett.
What a way to finish for Mike Gillett. A 164, just the fillet, to get the better of Ryan Palmer by 4 legs to 1. That is a hat-trick for Mike Gillett. 3 victories from 3. Doing so with an 89.96 average. 4 from 11 when it came to the finishing. 164 there, the highest checkout of the night. The highest checkout of the week to finish off proceedings there and to beat Ryan Palmer by 4 legs to 1. Coming up after the break, Kevin Painter against Haruki Muromatsu.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Game 7 is about to get underway in Group B, and it features a couple of players who won one of their first 2 matches in the group. Kevin Painter and Haruki Muramatsu, the pair playing for the 4th time this week, and talking you through it, it's Laura Turner and Henry Deacon.
Why, thank you very much, Chris. And so, here we go. Game 7 of our evening session sees Kevin Painter and Haruki Muramatsu renew acquaintances. Well, these two have had quite the battles so far this week.
First leg is Kevin to throw first.
Infamous clash
Game
on
on.
Tuesday. Muramatsu winning by 4-0, but despite the good performance from Haruki, it was kind of what was happening off the stage.
96.
That was the main highlight of that particular encounter. As far as what the odds compilers say about this one, Kevin Painter goes off the 11-10 outsider. Haruki
91.
Muramatsu, the 4-6 favourite.
Yeah, and I suppose you can understand it when you look at the results all going the way
100.
of Haruki so far this week. I think the one thing you never do is underestimate Kevin Painter.
140. $54.
In these kind of games, I really do start to see the tables take shape. Whoever wins this match will clearly
26.
go into second place on 4 points. Mike Gillett heading the table on 6 points currently.
$40.
No overstretch there from Kevin on that last start. Trying that a little bit too hard.
$78.
And that last start there from Haruki leaves him on 166, which you cannot finish.
45.
Kevin does him a bit of a favour, and that last start leaves him on the same.
More bogeys than Dick and Dom's bungalow.
96.
Muramatsu leaving himself on 70 against the darts. Painter looking to set up in kind.
$98. Haruki Okada 70.
Yeah, not much between these two at the moment, but Haruki with the first shot. 20 leaves him double 16.
Getting shot on the first
Yeah,
leg.
that's
Haruki
very
Muramatsu.
clinical there from Haruki. Takes the opening leg and already broken the Kevin Painter throw.
Second leg Haruki to throw first. Game on.
Kev just staring at his darts.
It's all part of the procedure.
59. $41.
A bit of a hesitation there. Desperately unlucky there. 2 right on the wire, and 1 took a bit of a deflection into the 1.
I don't know about you, Laura. I'm sensing a
60.
bit of tension on stage.
Yeah, can't quite work it out, but there's definitely something going on with Kevin and the way he's throwing them at
82.
the moment. Execution perhaps isn't there, like he's distracted by something.
$140.
And Muramatsu, having broken in the first leg, is making good progress with the darts in leg 2.
96. 100.
Also, the Haruki in his demeanour and the way he throws just remains very, very consistent. Looks quite unflappable up there.
95.
It's almost like they're at polar
Haruki
opposites
Okao,
in terms of the expression
142.
and what they give away.
And the moment, at this present moment in time, it's Muamatsu who's making the moves. Looking for the bullseye there. Which would have given him a dart at
102.
double 16. Leads himself on tops for a 2-0 lead. And
83.
no matter how hard
Haruki
Kevin
Okao,
Painter's
40.
trying in this game, it's just not happening for him thus far. Muamatsu back for tops.
Game shot on the
Muamatsu
second
in a
leg.
2-0
Haruki
lead.
Muamatsu.
And I don't know what it is, but Kevin Painter,
Third leg, Kevin
being
to
as
throw
comfortable as you
first.
saw him
Game
earlier
on.
on in the night on stage. Maybe Haruki Muamatsu is becoming somewhat of a bogey player towards him.
42.
Yeah, and don't be fooled by that smile. That's not a smile of happiness. That is a wry smile to himself there.
140.
One thing we know about Kevin over so many years is he's such a tenacious
135.
competitor. This is absolute all.
$100. $45.
And you can just see elements of more frustration creeping in for Kevin Painter as he just slowly paces back behind the oki.
$60.
Yeah, switching there, a bit of a blocker dart. A good switch.
96.
However,
41.
however, door open here for Painter. A slip from Muamatsu has presented an opportunity here. I mean, we're assuming Haruki doesn't take out the 160. Of course, he's more than capable of doing it, but
97. Haruki
chance has
Okao,
arisen itself
160.
if this does not go. Imagine the scenes if this went.
Painter back for 86.
100. Kevin Okao,
Another
86.
steady ton there for Haruki, but 86 here for Kevin Painter. So 85 needs to go treble 15.
34. Haruki Okao, 60.
And Painter is raging. And Muamatsu has two at tops of 3-0. This for the double break.
Game shot on the
Accrued.
third leg.
3-0.
Haruki Muamatsu.
And is it happening again? Remember on Tuesday,
Fourth leg, Haruki to throw first. Game on.
in a similar type of encounter, Muamatsu won 4-0. It's history going to repeat itself here.
100.
Yeah, that was an inviting first start.
140.
And believe it or not, that is Painter's first 140 of the match.
Which beggars belief and staggers you statistically when you hear that at the beginning of leg 4.
60.
Well, this is the view from the back of the stage where, to be honest, most of the entertainment has been in this match.
97.
Might as well just keep it there, lads. Okay, maybe not.
140.
Ton 40 there for Muamatsu, puts him right on the cusp now. Averaging 88.67, 3 out of 4 when it's come to the finishing.
125.
And aside from the fun that we've had off the board on it, Muamatsu has played some good stuff and is now looking as if he's heading towards victory now.
130. Kevin
Yeah,
O'Carr,
and a good switch, but there is an
139.
opportunity here for Painter. Not easy.
$59. Rookie O'Carr, 71.
For a 4-0 win. And in terms of the league table, we'll put him on to 4 points. He's going to have 2 in his hand, a double 16.
55.
Doesn't go. Painter's
Kevin
got a
O'Carr,
reprieve.
80.
More than anything here, Painter just needs to make sure he gets an opportunity for a double. Yet to have one in this match. So another one of those.
Game shot on the 4th flag. Kevin Painter.
And I'm not quite sure whether that's relief or whatever it is from Kevin Painter at the moment. But
5th flag, Kevin to throw first.
he has got a
Game
leg on
on.
the board, and this match is still very much alive.
Locked in to the heat of battle. And if anyone can build up a head of steam and launch a comeback charge, it's Kevin Painter.
140.
But as you say, you just feel with Faruqi that he's completely unruffled to whatever the situation or the scenario is.
60.
He's very unwavering, isn't he? Whereas Kevin, as he kind of trademark snarl.
96.
I don't mind playing Kevin at a game of poker.
No good at that.
92.
Poker. No, not for me, that.
$95.
Yeah, good last start there. Leaves himself on 170 after 9. In the context of this match and this leg, very much in control now, Kevin Painter.
60. Kevin O'Carr, 170.
The fish for the artist. 6 from here for 3-2. And this could well be a sliding doors moment in this match.
78.
Painter wins this leg, brings it back to 3-2. Okay, Muamatsu has the darts in the next, but suddenly there's a bit of pressure
100.
on
Kevin O'Carr,
Haruki.
92.
Wild one goes into the 5. So just looking to set up. He will be back.
40.
We'll be back for a couple of darts, a double upon his return.
$85. Kevin O'Carr, 52.
12. Leaves him tops.
Game shot on the 5th flag. Kevin Painter.
Love that reaction from Kev. Just a raise of the eyebrows as to say, where has that been in the, the opening 3 legs?
6-legger Rookie to throw first.
Rookie
Game
throwing
on.
for the match. Now, Kevin has been this week wearing the Alzheimer's Society flower. Now, I know we've passed midnight, but Thursday the 21st of
140.
September was World Dementia Day. Charity very close to Kevin's heart.
58.
And a very important charity as well. Very important social topic in the United Kingdom. A disease which affects so many. And Kevin doing his bit to support that particular
140.
charity. And most people have stories of those affected, and I think it's now a poignant time
140.
to bring that point up.
$121.
Yeah, that was a big visit there for Haruki.
95.
Staring down ton for the
Haruki
match.
Okar, 100.
Bryn, the type of match you cannot take your eye off. And Muramatsu wants double 19 to cap
62.
it off. There was as well the possibility with Painter back on 208 to split, maybe possibly hit a single 6 to leave double 16 because Painter's herring down the bend now.
100. Haruki
Yeah, agreed,
Okar,
potentially,
38.
but took the opportunity, didn't pay off, but going for it again. And that goes to what you were saying, perhaps worth a
36.
split. Went for the
Kevin
3
Okar,
and now
108.
finds himself in Madhouse.
There'll be an outpouring of those pent-up emotions if this 108 goes. It can still be done if he can find treble 17. That would have been some recovery, but Muramatsu
39.
finds himself
Haruki
in the
Okar,
madhouse for
2.
the match. As I'd say down the local, 1 up, 1 in. Well, there's the 1 up. And
Game
there's the
shot of
1
the match,
in.
Haruki
And there is
Muramatsu.
the win. Haruki Muramatsu. Kevin Painter departs stage left. As Muramatsu picks the points up. And it was Muramatsu with an average of just under 87.5 who picks up the victory. 4 from 11 on the doubling there for Kevin Painter. 2 out of 3 when he had the opportunity at the doubles. But it is Muramatsu who picks up the points. He doubles his tally, moving on to 4. And coming up after the break, might get it around his night off. He has the opportunity to complete the card if he can get the better of Tommy Lishman, who's looking to get off the mark. Coverage of that one is coming up live after this short break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Mike Gillett and Tommy Lishman are just completing their warm-up darts ahead of the next match. It's the last match for Gillett. The Welshman is looking to complete a clean sweep on the opening night of Group B. A former winner here at the Super Series would be as good as at finals night if he managed to do that. Lishman, though, looking for his first victory, and talking you through this one, Laura Turner and Henry Deacon.
Thank you very much, Murph.
First.
So, Gillett with the
Game
chance
on.
to complete the card, all being called by the referee, Paul Hinks. As far as Lishman is concerned, he needs to get on the board. He's the last player to pick up a victory tonight, although he's still only halfway through the card for the evening.
85.
He'll play Kevin Painter in what could well be an electrifying game at the end of the session.
180.
As far as electric starts go, they don't come any more, well, electrifying than that.
140.
Yeah, and a solid response there from Gillett. These two essentially bookending the table. Mike, who said, sat on 6 points,
58.
hasn't lost a game, with Tommy on 0 points, hasn't yet won a game.
But how many times in sport do we see the one
23.
at the bottom beat the one at the top? How many times in Premier League football do you see Manchester City get beaten by Burnley, for example?
58.
No, as you say, yeah, and I still think this table can end up being quite tight. But going the way of Mike so far.
48.
Tommy looking to put an end to that.
Mind you, if we are talking about teams at the top against teams at the bottom, I suppose we should say Manchester City against Chelsea.
65.
I'm not getting involved with football at all.
Probably best not to this week.
105.
I've already dropped myself in it
Tommy
once or
McCarr,
twice.
140.
Lishman 140 for the break of foe and a 1-0 lead. Oh, hello.
80. Mike McCarr, 100.
And Mike will be searching down a treble 20 with his first start. Tops needs another one of those.
Game shot on the first leg.
And that's
Mike
a wonderful
Gillett.
finish there for Mike Gillett.
Second leg, Tommy did third first. Game on.
Well, the Maverick himself can only marvel at Mike. Magic for Mike.
81.
With some very good darts of his own.
140.
And as the night goes on, Tommy seems to be wearing an expression of someone
92.
who's kind of saying to themselves, doesn't really matter what I'm throwing at these players at the moment, just always seems to be 1 or 2 darts behind.
60.
But that's a bit more like it.
180.
It is a max. It was like Paul Hinks was about to do a waltz there.
96. Tommy McCarr, 148.
Well, Lishman might be waltzing if he can take out the 148.
40.
Oh, and a big visit here from Mike. All the pressure back on Tommy.
60. Tommy McCarr, 108.
Doesn't like double 16, so it'll be interesting to see what the ploy would be.
52. Mike McCarr, 145.
And Mike has taken out the highest outshot so far tonight, so far this week, but not able to finish here on a 145. So
90.
Tommy
Tommy
back
McCarr,
for
56.
56.
This 2 level proceedings up at 1 apiece. It's going to be 2 at top. So Tommy, double 10.
Game shot on the second
1-1.
leg. Tommy Lishman.
So
Third leg
far,
Mike to
all
throw
going with
first.
throw.
Game on. $140.
You felt the first dart for Mike was an inviting guide. It managed to find a second treble with the third.
100.
See there, Mike throwing
97.
those barrels that are completely smooth. I know a few players do favour them, but they are erring on the more unusual side.
81.
Raging Bull, wasn't it? Terry Jenkins that made that famous 9-time major
135.
finalist, Terry Jenkins, who we actually saw at the Super Series early on this year, back in January. It was great to have the company of the Bull here at the live lounge. As Leishman treats us to what is his third max of the match, but it's been a case of scores for show, and for Gillett, doubles for dough.
57. Tommy McCall, 140.
That 180 has left Tommy here on a finish. It is a big finish. Now all he can hope to do is set it up.
63. Mike Ricard, 72.
To put himself back in front. Another one of them. Gives himself a dart at tops, and he has had such fortune on this
Game
double
shot on the
tonight.
third leg.
And
Mike
it
Gillett.
continues here. In matter of fact, he's 3 out of 2 on tops in this
Fourth
game.
leg Tommy to throw first. Game on.
In case you don't know the reference, he hit tops.
140.
Tops. Yeah, I know, yes.
83. $45.
And we are past the midnight hour here at the live lounge. We're into Friday now.
96.
It's Friday then. But who's going to be into the Saturday and picking up the check on
128.
Sunday? Well, not picking up the check. The
98.
Yeah, still kind of going with throw still at the moment.
73.
Yeah, good switch, good use of the ball there for Tommy.
$134. Tommy McCall, 115.
Yeah, and that's great setup play there from Mike Gillett. Tommy here needing 115. Pops with the ball and pulls it into the 10. So Mike back for 90 for a
47.
breaker throw.
Mike McCall, 90.
It would put him a leg away from the perfect night if he can convert this 90, and he would then be able to serve it out in the next. Single leaves the ball.
65.
That's been
Tommy
another
McCall,
target that's
68.
given him some good fortune tonight, but on this particular occasion, and so Leishman to level up at 2 apiece.
Oh, so needs to go 17. Treble will leave him double 8. But this is for the ball.
43. Mike McCall, 25.
Just the reaction there. You just get the feeling that as the night has gone on for Tommy, just not being able to find the form that he'd want to bring here.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Mike Gillett.
But that was clinical from Mike. And now, as you say, Henry, he is one leg away from a perfect night.
Fifth leg Mike to throw first. Game on.
If looks could kill.
$85.
Leishman just cannot look. Meanwhile, in the background, Mike Gillett can't smile wide enough. The compare and contrast of
140.
emotions is there for all to see.
And you have to say, there have been occasions where Mike has been fortunate,
134.
but what really has been good with Mike's game more than anything, I think, is his finishing. 3 for 4 at the moment, 75% in this match.
57.
But just throughout the night, when an opportunity has been presented, and perhaps, you know, the opposition has missed 2 or 3 shots, you know, 6 darts at a double, Mike's been able to step in and then just tends to run away with it.
And when it's come to this point, towards the finishing line, he has found
108.
perfect touch,
Michael
but that's a
142.
perfect visit for Tommy Leishman. And now, suddenly, because of that, Max, the complexion of this leg could change a little bit. Although the 1-2-4 now has the feel of Hail Mary territory.
110.
Yeah, again, that's really good setup play. And as you say, Tommy here, feel this has to go. Yeah, pulls it into the 5, can't be done. So Mike back for double 16 for the match.
73. Mike Ricard, 32.
So double 16 for Mike Gillett to complete the job and to complete the cards.
Game shot on the match,
And
Mike
Gillett
Gillett.
has filled it as far as the card is concerned. 4 wins from 4 puts him in a very good position to progress. As for Tommy Leishman, well, he's got 1 game to go and you sense he's going to have to win it. But as far as Gillett's concerned, a 94 average, 4 out of 5 when it came to the finishing. The Welshman is top of the pile. A victor in Series 3, a weekly winner in Series 3. He's looking to repeat the trick again in Series 5, having made the semi-finals of the British Open Championships just last weekend. So just a couple more games for us to go on this Thursday night action here at the Super Series. Ryan the Lion Palmer is looking to end his night on 4 points. If Haruki Muramatsu can get the victory in this one, then Mike Gillett's lead, no matter what overnight, will be just a couple of solitary points. That's coming up live next.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where I'm here with the man of the moment, Mike Gillett. Congratulations, fantastic night, 4 out of 4. How are you feeling after that?
Oh yeah, ecstatic. Yeah, ecstatic. Sorry, pronunciation. Yeah, no, I'm feeling great. You know, you come here to win every game, and you know, it's 2 days, and I think if you can win, you know, half your games, you're in a good position for the next night, especially when it's 3 out of 5. So. Oh yes, I'm really happy to win. Obviously, all 4 games today.
You had some different kinds of matches. Started the night with a really big finish, but then at the end against Kevin Painter, it got a little bit scrappy. But you got to take the wins where they come.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here a few times now, and every single time I've been here, other than tonight, I've lost my first 2 games. And to be honest, my opponent, you know, every time my opponent played well, but I know I didn't, and I was thinking, right, come on, let's not do this tonight. And when I won my first game, I went back through and thought, oh, this is a nice feeling. I've actually won my first game, and you know, the week that I won it, you know, I scraped through, you know, 3rd place really, and it was a different feeling, but a nice feeling because I know that, you know, I know that I can play, you know, I know that I can play good darts, and it was just nice to. Yes, it's a great feeling to be in. I'm not used to this, to be honest.
In this group as well, I mean, winning your first 4 matches gives you an excellent chance of qualifying. It would have to be a disaster tomorrow, to be honest. So how do you feel going into tomorrow night, knowing that a win is going to be enough?
Same time, I know a good friend of mine did that and didn't qualify for the next night. So I'm not going to count my chickens on that. And I think tomorrow I'm going to come here and just play every single game and just try to be the best I can be, really. And I'm not really going to think about that, to be honest. I think I'm just going to be here and just play the best I can, because I think if I start thinking about that, then you know, you start missing doubles and start. So yeah.
That was a strange situation tonight as well. Finally, you've got your sister-in-law in the commentary box. You didn't give her any reason to criticise you, did you?
Yeah, well, thankfully. Yeah, I didn't realise that Laura was going to be here tonight. When she turned up, I was quite surprised, really, and I'm sure Tara at home is quite surprised and probably laughing about it. Really, we had a few jokes, and I said, yeah, make sure you're professional. But no, obviously me and Laura, you know. Absolutely brilliant family, you know, and yeah, it's nice actually. It's nice, you know, it's nice for Laura to be here, and it's nice for me to win now, so she can't say any bad things about me.
Yeah, perfect night. Can't do any better than that. Well done
exactly.
tonight, Mike. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank
you.
And
we'll hear from Laura Turner again now. She's alongside Henry Deacon for this 9th game of the evening.
Yeah, thank you very much there, Chris. And I'm not sure whether to say thank you there to Mike. I'd never throw him under a bus there, would I? I mean, he's my brother-in-law, you know, but well, you know, no little secrets coming out. But there is still tomorrow, Henry. You know, if it's going by the way that he has to win all his games in order for me to continue to be nice, if he loses one, then maybe I can throw in a few things. Although I'm not quite sure what I could say, which, you know, Mike is one of the nicest guys on the darting circuit, so.
First like a rookie to
Make
throw
Christmas
first.
dinner interesting.
Well, I cook the Christmas dinner every year, so yeah, might well do.
Yep, there is scraps there. It's Haruki with the darts in this one.
100.
We will see Abigail Davis here in the near future.
96.
Well, Haruki is sat on the table at the moment. He's in 2nd position. He's the only other player
45.
to win more than 1 match. He's won the 2. Sat on 4 points. Ryan Palmer, just the 1 win under his belt so far. But I do think, you know, from purely selfish reasons, a
100.
win here for Ryan would really, really start mixing up that table, make it all very exciting and very tight. But Haruki was very, very strong in his last win over Kevin Painter.
125.
Well, for Mike Gillett, the perfect scenario here would be a win for Ryan Palmer and a win for Tommy
43.
Lishman, because if Lishman beats Painter, we play the rule of 10, which means 10 points is enough to send you through to Saturday night's final. Because a player's on 2 points,
64.
mathematically 4 players cannot make it to 10. However, currently in this scenario, 4 players can make it to 10 points in the group.
128. Ryukyuka 167.
Muramatsu first to a finish in this leg. 167 is what he requires.
100. Ryukyuka 134.
Yeah, and that last start there from Haruki sets him up on 67. Very
58.
important because
Ryukyuka
Ryan not able to
67.
finish 134 there. The treble 17 is the target. Looking at 10, which now leaves him tops.
27.
Oh, and you could actually see
Ryukyuka
the wire
76.
bend. That was close.
Can Palmer pinch it? Oh, he's missed the big number. The biggest crime punishable in the Rod Harrington
44.
Court of Darts.
Ryukyuka 40.
Can he adjust?
Game shot of the
Yes,
first
he
leg.
can.
Haruki
And
Muramatsu.
Ryan Palmer suitably punished for missing that single number.
Second leg round to throw first. Game on.
And just looking at his mannerisms, the
137.
lion is purring.
$137.
Oh, anything you can do, Ryan? Haruki can do too.
It's like that song, isn't it?
123.
Are you going to sing for me now? I mean,
No.
I've had everything else, so come on.
No, no, no. No one wants that.
$125.
Palmer here looking for a couple of trebles to really assert his authority in this leg. And a couple
134.
of trebles accrued, leaving himself on 107 after 9 to level this game back up at 1 apiece.
$95.
Yeah, but Haruki
Ryan
is
Yokar,
proving
107.
quite difficult to shake off here. So 18 leaves him double 16.
Game shot on the second leg.
And that's a
Ryan
great finish
Palmer.
there for Ryan Palmer.
12 dart leg as well. Really good
Third
leg
leg
from the
Haruki to throw
line.
first. Game on.
Good last start
140.
there. Good start to leg 3 from Haruki.
140.
Just look at Ryan Palmer's face and his mannerisms. He is basically trying to leave no holds barred here.
Yeah, as you say, real determination
60.
coming through from Ryan Palmer.
$97.
I just thought we could play Darts Family Fortunes this week. You got Ryan and Ricky Palmer, yourself and Mike Gillett.
140.
I could end up being Les Dennis for a couple of hours.
I mean, it's an interesting idea, I guess.
61. Haruki Yokar, 161.
And if Haruki takes out this 161, I'll give him the car myself.
$65.
Yeah, sensible there. Leaves himself on a 2 dart checkout by opting for the 25 ball route.
99. Haruki Yokar, 96.
The 2-1 lead, and to put him halfway towards the victory post. It's 2 in hand to double 18. In
Game
it
shot on the
goes.
third leg.
And in
Haruki
fairness to
Muramatsu.
Haruki, the darts I have missed have not been far away, but there hasn't been really any
Fourth leg round to throw
haphazard
first.
ones
Game
this
on.
evening. As Palmer throws first in leg 4.
137. 43. $100.
Arguably the best performance we've seen from Ryan Palmer so far tonight. Currently averaging just slightly over 100.
141.
But still finds himself 2-1 down. Haruki provided, get my words out. Haruki proving very hard to
100.
shake off.
Well, Palmer will feel like he's got the luxury of time, and he now does have the luxury of time.
140.
He's got
Daniel
6
Carl,
darts on
164.
164 to square this game up at 2 apiece.
44.
But doesn't make any hay of it.
Yeah, and so often we've seen from Ryan Palmer throughout the actual night, but when it comes to that setup play, just maybe, let's say go to sleep, but just loses that accuracy, loses that focus. We saw it early on where he missed a single number,
55.
and we just, like I say, see it
Daniel
throughout
Carl,
the night.
120.
Key area. And it's just creating opportunities for his opponents.
56. Haruki Okar, 122.
Well, this would be so typical of Ryan Palmer's night if this 1-2-2 went from Haruki Murematsu. And it is on. It is the ball.
81.
But Palmer comes back.
Daniel Okar, 64.
And a rare sign of emotion there from Haruki.
32. Haruki Okar, 41.
Yeah, just a head drop there from Ryan Palmer. So Haruki back here for 41. Will go into a 3-1 lead and would have the throw to win 4-1.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Haruki
It's been
Murematsu.
very clinical from Haruki.
Fifth leg, Haruki to throw first.
Again, I just feel it may
Game
go
on.
back to just that small segment in each leg where Ryan Palmer needs to just do the setup play, just letting him down slightly, opening the door, and once again, it's gone against him.
44.
And Haruki has not let anyone get away with a mistake tonight.
121.
Victory here for Haruki. We'll put him on to 6 points. We'll put him handily poised with Painter and Palmer on 2, although Kevin is to play against Tommy Lishman in the final game of the session.
85.
Ideally, if Haruki won this game, both of the top 2 would like a Lishman win in that one, just to give themselves a bit of breathing space and a bit of a cushion.
96.
Just beginning to boil up a bit here is Ryan.
60.
Yeah, with darts, it's very frustrating, and
19.
I think there's a sign there you can see. The more you try, sometimes it just doesn't work. You try that just that bit too hard. You just feel it slipping away because, in fairness, as we said, this has been one of the best performances we've seen from Ryan Palmer, and he's
55.
staring down a result, getting nothing from it.
$57.
And so Murematsu from this point onwards has 6 on 257 to square the job off. First job lever finish.
100.
Just about does that. And so it just puts the ball back in Palmer's court against the darts.
100. Haruki Okar, 157.
Well, this would be for the match. Good adjustment.
125.
Key moment
Daniel
here for
Carl,
Ryan.
108.
Needs to take this check out.
Double 16.
Game
Oh,
shot
that
on
is
the fifth
clutch.
leg. Ryan Palmer.
That is clutch from the Lion, who has just put the brakes on Murematsu's charge.
6 leg round to throw
Back to
first. Game
3-2.
on.
Palmer with the darts.
140.
Could that be another point in the game where we see it all swing back the other player? Okay, that was a huge check out there for Ryan Palmer.
140. $58.
Can we have a chat with the organisers and extend this game? Because this is brewing up quite nicely now. Well, Ryan should
100.
start downstairs here on 303.
$93.
And you still get that calm from Haruki. Very unwavering, and just the whole the approach,
100.
the throw. Ryan at the moment is a completely different picture.
100. Haruki Okar 161.
So 161 for the match for Haruki Muromatsu. Doesn't go, and so Palmer comes back to send us to a last leg decider. He may have to take this out now.
99. Ryan Okar 110. $50.
Yeah, more frustration
Okar,
for Ryan
62.
Palmer. Haruki now looking at 62 for the match. 12 leaves him tops.
$22. Ryan Okar 60.
Frustration there, I think, from Haruki. A double 10 here for Palmer.
40. Haruki Okar 40.
Well, he's wiped his hands as he washed his hands of this game. Because Muromatsu wants double 10.
20.
But the win hasn't
Ryan
come
Okar
yet.
20.
And Palmer comes back for double 10 to send us all the way. He's
Game
found the
show on the
way.
sixth leg. Ryan Palmer.
A shake of the head as he heads back to the board. And now he's locked in.
Seventh and final leg. Haruki to third first. Game on.
Bit of a strange dynamic in this match because to start with, I would have sworn that Muromatsu just didn't look like he was going to miss when it came to the doubling end of things. Really did open the door up for
119.
Ryan Palmer, and he obligingly walked through.
It's kind of the antithesis
41.
of what we were saying about Haruki earlier on in the night.
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually started to see a bit of emotion creeping in.
$99.
One more game to come after this. Kevin Painter against Tommy Lishman. And I wouldn't miss this if I were you.
55.
But it's very much in this last leg. Advantage Haruki Muromatsu with the darts after 2 visits to the board each.
100.
Just squeezes it in the middle. A treble amongst the single sandwich.
But this is a good reply from Ryan, and he's going to
140.
need every treble he can get. Haruki here, 183 after 9, but Ryan Palmer back on 265.
$133.
Yeah, that's excellent setup play once again from Haruki.
I'll tell you what, though, as well, the way that dart
Haruki
went
Okar,
in, I would
50.
have gone for that a bit quickly because it wasn't stable in the board.
Now needs double 16.
Game, shot, and the match. Haruki Muramatsu.
Yeah, this time Haruki makes sure, and a rare bit of emotion shown there from Haruki, who ends up a 4-3 victor, a tight game between him and Ryan Palmer. But it is the way of Haruki in the end, and there you can see the averages, 87.9 for Haruki and Ryan Palmer on 86.48. Join us again for our final match between Tommy Lishman and Kevin Painter coming up next.
Right then, fancy one more game of darts? Well, we've got one for you. Tommy Lishman now about to take on Kevin Painter in the final match of the opening night of Group B. Lishman still looking for a victory, having lost his first three fixtures. Kevin Painter, if he gets a win here, can put himself firmly in pole position to take one of the qualification spots. Let's get it on in the company of Laura Turner and Henry Deacon.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Tommy to throw first.
Let's have one final fling,
Game
shall
on.
we?
I'm quite interested to see how this one goes. Obviously, different dynamics. Both of them really are having to chase the points.
100.
But both of these players can be quite animated as well. And yep, okay, we've just ticked over 1 o'clock in the morning here, but
100.
I am hoping for a bit of animation up on that stage.
Yeah, well, Kevin's had another bit of a change of the setup, hasn't he? Now, early on in the night, he had the
100.
kite flights, but he had it with the white stem installed. Now, I think it's...
100.
I don't think it's the same stem as the one in the previous match, but I think it's similar to the one that he wore, the one that he used in the first game, just with a different colour coating on it as Leishman nails the match. Now, I'm being told now that it's the same stem as the last match, but just a change of flights. Although maybe with the kite flights, it just looks a little bit longer and stumpier.
95. Tommy McCarr, 121.
Well, these are the flights that saw him win that opening over Palmer for Painter. But it's Tommy Leishman who's got the first chance, and he's going for ball.
86.
He was going for the ball.
$41. Tommy McCarr, 35.
Yeah, and Tommy's got 6 clear from here. That one leaves Kevin on a non-finish. Needs double 3.
32.
And from something that was looking relatively comfortable for Tommy Leishman, he's now found himself on 3.
And is going to see Kevin
82.
Painter hair
Tommy
up the
McCarr,
bend.
3.
Can't go no further. Oh, that could be awkward.
1.
Because that was
Kevin
pitched
McCarr,
bang
83.
in the middle. Bullseye for Painter.
58.
Doesn't go.
Tommy
And so
McCarr, 2.
Leishman is in the madhouse.
Is that a guide?
No score. Kevin McCarr,
Unbelievably
25.
close, but no luck there again for Tommy Leishman. So Painter needing 25. Mine's a 9, needs double 8.
Getting shot on the first leg. Kevin Painter.
Yeah, and a wave of the hand there and a disappointment in Tommy Leishman's face. Really did set up a good
Second leg, Kevin to
opportunity
serve
for
first.
himself.
Game
Able
on.
to take it.
$45. $100. $100. $91.
Fair to say that these two may not make the world's best poker match.
No, funny enough, we have
45.
had a question thrown into us from Elaine Kearns to say, which dart players would you choose if you were going to have a poker team?
60.
Very good question. Who would be your choice? I think the easiest way is probably who wouldn't be on your team, because I mean, some of these players are relatively, you know, they wear their emotions quite clearly.
37.
Who wouldn't I have?
Or who would you have?
90.
I'll tell you who I wouldn't have. That's Richard North.
He'd probably shout out what cards he had anyway.
Josh Payne similarly would let his emotions be known as
100.
well.
Yeah,
Tommy
and
McCarr,
I
160.
have to agree. Elaine mentioned Robert Thornton as well, who tends to let us know how he's feeling on the oche.
140.
Magnus Carris was famously nicknamed Poker Face. He was a super Swede, and we've got a Swede into the final on Saturday night by way of Andreas Harriusson. Also got a Swede in Champions Week in Anton Oslund, who is qualified for
26.
tomorrow's European
Tommy
Tour
McCarr,
event
20.
in Hungary.
A double 10 here for Tommy to get a point on the board, get a leg up there. Has to move across. Can he use those two? Can he bounce off them?
No
answer
score.
is
Kevin
no.
O'Carr 148.
Well, this would be a game changer if Painter can take out the 148. Not going to go this time, and so Lishman comes back for that double 10 to break back and to level this game up at
41.
one apiece.
Tommy O'Carr 20.
Back we go. Stereotypically, people say double 10 is a great choice of double for a left-handed dartist.
Game
And
shot
the
on the
way
second
that's
leg.
clattered
Tommy
and deflected
Lishman.
off the barrel, well, that may well just be case in point. Kev can't believe it!
Third leg, Tommy to through first. Game on.
Why always me?
$96.
Yeah, both players possibly feel a bit hard done by the results and the way that the matches have gone so far tonight.
180.
But Kev will be happy with that visit. He's happy on the inside.
100.
Now, we've never had a 9-darter on television beyond 1 AM in the morning. And we're not going to now.
85.
I've done it again, haven't I?
Yes.
Shall I stop and just go home?
No, not yet. Not yet.
105. $125.
Yeah, this is better from both. But Kev down to a finish on 111 after just 9 darts. Threatening the Tommy Lishman throw.
55.
Nelson
Kevin O'Carr 111.
Painter leaving himself on the Nelson. Although I don't think it'll be all singing, all dancing if this goes. It's not going to go. Lishman then with
31.
sizable chance on
Tommy O'Carr
145, and this is
145.
well, this is just to save the throw. And so a more surmountable break chance is on for Kevin Painter.
105.
80 points away
Kevin
from the
O'Carr
2-1 lead.
80.
Are we looking at tops? Finds one
60.
and cannot
Tommy
find the
O'Carr,
second. And that
40.
last visit from Tommy Lishman sees him now staring down tops.
A 2-1 lead, and it would
Game shot on the third
put
leg.
him
Tommy
halfway
Lishman.
towards his first points in the group. Earlier on, he was looking up for a
Fourth
prayer.
leg, Kevin to through
He's now
first.
halfway there
Game on.
towards that first win, and Painter is just trying to draw on everything.
56. $100.
Just a shout out for
140.
our referee. 25 games he's officiated today, and impeccably done so as well.
140.
There he is. Very popular part of our team here at the Super Series.
55.
Earlier on tonight, he was actually enjoying a latte.
You go on. You can't resist, can you? Or a bottle of matey.
91.
No, I draw my limit there.
You don't have a limit. Let's not pretend.
Max?
140. Tommy O'Carr 170.
Well, he gave us a fish last time. But he's not going to treat us to one now.
58.
So Painter for 2-2.
Kevin O'Carr
110
110.
is what he wants.
Needs the tops.
70. Tommy O'Carr 112.
Just a fraction high. But this isn't a given for Tommy Lishman. Needs 112.
92. Kevin O'Carr, 40.
Tommy Lishman trying to find every alternative route to not leave double 16.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Kevin Painter.
That's better from Kevin Painter. Now at a level match, 2 apiece.
And so
play
Desmond
Tommy
in our
to throw
last
first.
starting
Game
duel
on.
of the day.
$58.
Yeah, this is another match. It's got a bit of a strange feel about it because I think both these players can see this as an
79.
opportunity. Obviously, Kevin started tonight with a win, but hasn't found one since. Tommy yet to find one. So both these players know that the others are beatable. It just feels a bit tentative.
81.
It feels like a game that they're both afraid to lose rather than trying to harbour the victory from.
97.
They fear the consequences of failure rather than trying to taste the toast of success.
92.
Or toast the taste of success.
I think I know what you're trying to say, Henry.
100.
Good news is Chris Murphy's in this seat tomorrow.
Oh,
100.
yeah, that one once again leaves Tommy on the 170. Kev with a really big opportunity here to leave something better.
58. Tommy O'Carr, 170.
The battle of the two big finishes. Listman first go at the 170. This isn't going to go. And this would be a roof raiser from Painter if he
100.
could take out the
Kevin O'Carr,
167. And you get the
167.
sense he may have to, considering Lishman's position in the leg. It may well go.
I visually see a big wow coming there from Kevin Painter. It was a wild attempt for 57.
87. Tommy O'Carr, 70.
Now, Lishman likes to go maverick raise for things. Treble 14 for the double.
42. Kevin O'Carr, 80.
But the maverick flair wasn't met with precise precision.
$60.
And sometimes that
Tommy
is the
O'Carr,
danger when you want to go
28.
tops. If you get that first one off the board, then it becomes a bit more difficult. But double 14 here for Tommy Lishman.
Game shot on
And
the
this
fifth
time of
leg.
asking
Tommy
it goes.
Lishman.
Tommy Lishman now within one leg of his first victory of the night.
Within striking
Sixth leg, Kevin to throw
distance.
first. Game on.
And on the hill, Painter with the darts to save this match.
140. $80.
Yeah, good last start there from Tommy Lishman.
$98. $96.
It looks like we may well be
26.
It was our last leg decider in our last game of the night.
I think you just put the commentator's curse on, Kevin, just as you started to express that.
40.
But Tommy Lishman not able to take advantage of the 26th visit from Kevin Painter, who just takes that big pause that we quite often see him refocusing. I do sometimes wonder if the worst place you can stand behind when Kevin's playing is actually directly behind him, because when he does that walk back,
85.
I do have visions of the player obviously as they go back off the edge of the stage.
I'm still waiting for the day that
100.
there's players
Kevin
that stand
O'Carr,
so far back that
152.
at some point they're going to fall off it. Jared Cole, for example, stands so far back that half of his feet actually
96.
dangles off the stage.
It's risky, isn't it?
And so Painter 56 to
60.
send us to a
Kevin
last leg
O'Carr,
decider
56.
in this final game of the evening session. It's tops for Painter.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Kevin Painter.
And as predicted by Henry, we do now have a level match and got another last leg shootout.
7th and final leg. Tommy
A
to throw
broken
first.
clock
Game
is
on.
right choice a day, Laura.
Indeed, yes.
Once if it's a 24-hour clock.
22.
So the last leg
83.
of the night, the last leg of the evening session. And it's one of significance as far as where the table is going to situate itself. If Painter can pick the points up, he
140.
moves on to 4 overnight, leaving Leishman adrift. However, if Tommy can win this, 3 players will be languished on 2. Haruki Muamatsu on 6, and Gillett, well, sitting pretty and pristine on 8 points at the
85.
top of the table.
$132.
You just see Tommy just using as much as the board as he can.
48.
Well, plays on the 20s here, Tommy Leishman. There was a possibility that if he went down for the
59.
19s, a 171 would have left him on a double. And so Leishman on the brink now of completing this match. Painter back on 285 and is not making much of an inroad.
83. Tommy O'Carr,
And so
148.
6 for the match for Tommy Leishman on 148 to complete the job and to pick up his first points of the night.
60.
Can Painter pile one in?
$100. Tommy O'Carr, 88.
Well, he's been involved in some battles tonight, has Tommy Leishman. Is he finally going to pick up his first win? It may well be just a dart at the ball. But
Game
a
shot
brilliant
and the
ball
match. Tommy Leishman.
bedded by Leishman to pick the points up against Painter for 3. As for Kevin, well, he won his first game of the night, the opening game of the night, against Ryan Palmer 4-2, but then 3 defeats in succession means that 3 players find themselves on 2 points in the table. These are the end match statistics then from that one. Leishman a 4-3 victor, an 80.64 average, 4 out of 20 when it came to the finishing. So this is what we've seen tonight then at the Super Series. Kevin Painter bookended the evening, but with a contrast of fortunes. It's Mike Gillett, the man who's been word perfect. 4 victories to his name, puts himself in a real promising suit to progress through. Elsewhere, Haruki Muamatsu picking up 3 wins from his 4 matches. His only defeat being that opening game of the night to Mike Gillett. And so let's get some analysis from what we've seen so far this evening and what we are to come tomorrow. Chris Murphy is with Laura Turner on stage.
Yeah, thank you, Henry. Laura, only really one place to start, isn't there? It is Mike Gillett, a man you know well, and he's had a fantastic night, a perfect night.
Yeah, and it was really nice to hear him speak afterwards. You know, hasn't had that kind of start where he said he lost his opening matches when he's been here previously before. So for him to get 4 wins out of 4 under his belt, you know, he's done really well tonight.
And because of that last win for Tommy Lishman, Mike now knows that he actually only needs one win tomorrow. He's surely going to get that. Well, he is if he plays like this, isn't he?
Yeah, you would expect so. He's just been Mr. Consistent tonight, and I think what's been most impressive is just how he's managed to take the opportunities when they've come along. He's been gifted a couple of legs in terms of opportunities, but what he has done is taken them. And as you can see, that 1-6-4 was what a way to actually win out a game against Ryan Palmer.
Yeah, that was absolutely superb. It's not just been about Mike Gillett tonight. Haruki Muramatsu's had a decent evening. You said that you fancied him to get through this group. If we take a look at the table, he's in a very good position as well. 3 wins from his 4 matches.
Yeah, I think, it's for Mike and Haruki to kind of lose, so to speak, and it's just for the other 3 to battle it out for that 3rd place, all sat there on 2 points. But yeah, again, Haruki, I think a bit of a slow start maybe, but then really did push on, and we saw some impressive stuff from him too.
Who will be the most disappointed out of the 3 players that are all on 2 points?
I think for different reasons. I mean, I don't think Kev and Tommy have particularly brought their best game, to the stage. And I think for Ryan, he's shown such moments of brilliance, but hasn't been able to convert, hasn't been able to shake off his opponents. And so I think for all different reasons, they're all going to be slightly disappointed.
But Tommy, maybe because he got the win last and he was maybe looking like he had a big mountain to climb, might just take a little bit of optimism into tomorrow.
Yeah, it's relief, I'm sure, for Tommy that he's, he does come away with something. They've all, like I say, they've all played well in patches, but just if they can bring tomorrow, a bit more consistency, then there's still that other spot to play for, possibly 2, depending on what the other guys do.
Do you think it is going to be Mike, Haruki, and one of the other 3?
Unless something dramatic changes with any of the players, if we see the kind of standard that we've seen tonight, then yeah, I can't see past that. But it starts as a different day, so don't hold me to it.
Yeah, it will be a close run. It, of course, will be a close run in Group C as well tomorrow. 4 players tied on 6 points in that table, including Mikuru Suzuki, the 2-time women's world champion. And we'll have another double header of darts. I think you're going to join us for both of them tomorrow, aren't you?
I am indeed. I'm looking forward to it.
There we go. What a treat on a Friday. Do join us again here at the MODUS Super Series. But as far as tonight has gone, it was absolutely perfect for her brother-in-law.